called um, Yahweh Bashem
Kadash.
double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone.
Double honors.
Honors you brothers out there in the highways and the byways, teaching His word in sincerity and truth. And we're back out here again to prophesy the word of the Most High, man. You know, the end of this kingdom and the beginning of the kingdom of our Lord Yahweh Shai, man. You know, to proclaim the coming of Yahweh Shai and tell our people to repent, man, for the kingdom of heaven is nigh. In fact, we could get that, right? Repent, for the kingdom of heaven is nigh. Now it's time to turn away from Babylon, to turn away from evil and wickedness, and turn to the Lord. Can we get that's in Ecclesiastes 12 as well. Keep the Lord while He may be found, man. Lord, you Jews are finding Islam doing all kind of foolishness. Here it is. We're at the end of the world. All the biblical prophecies are coming to pass, and a nigga taking the shahada. You man deserve destruction, bro. Like how dare you?
Shit, they can't go Hajj this year. They won't be able to go to Hajj this year.
What is it?
Oh, yeah, because it's their Ramadan at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah.
And obviously, it ain't gonna fly out. Yeah? You man should go fly with Iran, go help them right now.
Exactly.
Swim across the ocean if you need to, bro. You that hardcore, innit? Yeah. You know, so
yeah, our people are lost, man. But we know it's only about the elect, man.
Matthew 4, verse 17. From that time, Yahushua began to preach and to say, repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand.
Yeah, what does repentance mean? It means like you gotta be sorrowful and turn away from the wicked ways that we have been living by in this kingdom, in this life, man. And now, how do you know what you need to repent from? Well, you got to read the scriptures. It's based on the scriptures. It's not based upon your feelings or anything like that.
the scriptures outlines all our thoughts, man, all our wrongdoing. I say if you're not really, learn the scriptures, you just go to church, you clap your hands, you sing and dance, you don't know what's in it. How do you know what you're supposed to repent for? Yeah. And that's why the prophets are here to tell you exactly what went on, what happened to us.
Isaiah 58.
Why we're in captivity under our enemies, why we're into slavery, all these types of things, right? We will have to turn back to the true Lord, the only Lord, Yahweh, and His Son Yahweh Shai, right? For us to be accepted of Him, to come back.
Time to learn, man. You got a lot to learn. If you don't know, you got a lot to learn. Man. You got to learn a lot.
So Isaiah 58, verse 1. And it says, cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions.
Yeah. So we're not here to do the whole black thing and start blowing smoke up people's asses and the black man is God and all this shit. Man. We're not here to do all that stuff. Man. We have to keep it real. Yeah, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man is the devil 1,000 times over. But at the same time, our people ain't right either. So we got to point out, we got to get right. The scripture says, we got to fulfill our obedience, man. All right. We got to recognize that. Yeah, there's so much things about what we believe is wrong. Like your religion. Like if you're a Christian, you've been wrong.
Yeah.
But it's okay because there's a way for you to repent. Don't get all emotional and hurt because a lot of times you just want to be right, but you ain't right. You was wrong. You're into Islam. You're wrong.
He was all wrong.
He was all wrong.
He was all wrong.
That's it. So now it's time to acknowledge that we're wrong. And then what we see with a lot of you guys is you're seeing that Christianity is spooky, and you're running over there to the Quran.
You become an atheist. So.
And that's foolishness, man. First of all, the Bible is the word of God, right? It's the word of the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The Quran is not a part of that. Because the God of the Quran is Allah. Allah is not the God of the Bible. Man. We don't recognize Allah. That's not, the thing is completely different. It's written different. Everything about it is different. Different language.
What you mentioned, like the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's not in the Quran.
Yep.
It mentions Abraham and all these things. But what about Jacob?
Yeah.
Because that's the real sticky point here.
Religious clout chasing. That's what.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And that's just what it's gonna be. Man. So stick to the scriptures. Yeah, you could jettison Christianity. Yeah, you should. But Christianity is a lot of false doctrine. But that doesn't mean the Bible's false. It just means Christianity is false. And the two things are not the same. Christianity and the Bible are not harmonious. Right?
Quick one.
Let me finish it.
Back in Isaiah 58, it says, verse 1, cry aloud, spare not, Lift up thy voice like a trumpet and show my people their transgressions and the house of Jacob their sins.
The family of Jacob. This is about the Israelites. This ain't about everyone, man. We just gotta keep it real. I know it hurts a lot of people's feelings. It might not be nice, but it is what it is. The game is the game, man. All right. The game is the game. This salvation, this truth, is only for the Israelites, beginning with the elect of Israel. Now you might say, well, how do you know? Well, the Spirit will reveal it or not. If you believe, the Lord put the special gift of faith within you to believe, then you're an Israelite. All right? Simple as that, man. The Lord is in control of this thing, not man. Okay, that's it.
What?
58.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, whereas mine was more big stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just on this point then quickly then. Where is it? Isaiah 59 verse let me read from verse 19, right? So shall they fear the name of the Lord Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a stand against him, and the Redeemer shall come to Zion, and unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob, saith the Lord Yahweh.
So that's perfect. So the ones of our people that don't turn from transgression, they're going to be destroyed in these perils that are coming upon the earth right now. Now you mentioned something there. In the first verse, it mentioned. Read that first verse again, please.
Yeah, verse 19 says, so shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him.
Right, the enemy is talking about beginning with Esau, Edom, the so-called right, man. That's our natural born enemy, and he gonna come against us, man. Right, but the beautiful thing, and this is the beautiful thing, we ain't got now. We're having a little discussion before we come to camp. We're talking about them Iranians and the base underground bunkers they got, hypersonic, supersonic, you know what I mean, Sega Sonic, everything. They got all this. Like, we ain't got none of that, man. All we got is mobile phones, some Bibles, you know, and arthritis, man. We got faith, man. That's it. Like the brother said, all we have is faith in a higher power, and we're still gonna overcome. And that goes into Revelations, the 12th chapter. We overcame him by the blood.
So Isaiah 41 and 14. Fear not, thou worm Jacob, and ye men of Israel. I will help thee, saith Yahweh, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel.
Right, all right.
Well, that worm is completely defenseless. You ever see a worm just squiggling on the floor, but he's there for prey? It's a prey animal, right? But the Lord is going to be our defense in the time of need.
Yeah, that's the point, man. Where we just gotta remain strong. The Yahweh Shai already got the victory. He sacrificed himself so we could have the victory to overcome this devil, to overcome his technology, to overcome his military, to overcome his lies. Right? In fact, we can get that real quick. Revelations 12 and 10.
So here's the 21st verse.
Yeah.
Back in Isaiah 59, verse 21. So as for me, this is my covenant with them, right? The Jacob, right? Saith the Lord Yahweh, my spirit that is upon thee, and my words which I have put in thy mouth shall not depart out of thy mouth, nor out of the mouth of thy seed, nor out of the mouth of thy seed, saith the Lord Yahweh, from henceforth and forever.
That's right. That's why that goes into Revelations as well. How the light is always going to be in Jerusalem. Okay, we're never going to go into a situation like now where we've fallen into darkness and fallen into heathendom. Some would say niggerdom. We're never going to do that again, man. After we're saved this time, it's an everlasting salvation. The light shall remain within us, man. And we're never going to have to deal with a maniac pink devil lording over us, man. This liar, this deceiver, man. Yeah. You know, this guy makes you, we were talking about it earlier, this guy lies and schemes so much, it's almost driving you insane. Yeah. Some 1984 thing, like you can't even trust your eyes, bro. Like, real AI everywhere. This man just created an insane world that's just full of confusion and complications. But here it's just bare stressomania, man. Stress and anxiety because of corruption, man. And the injustice. What's that? You got them negative toxins in your body, man. Them cortisol's releasing every time this guy opens up his mouth, bro.
The lies, the hypocrisy,
like flip-flopping.
Yeah, like even like I checked all of the news over the week about the sinking of the fucking ship. Excuse my French. And it was like none of them mentioned that you can't do that. Like in his own law, it's like you can't really just be sinking the ship and then not going to provide some kind of help to the down sailors.
It's all unlawful. Listen,
Even the one that comes from India.
Yeah, they're
yeah,
raining to
you're
come from
meant to
India.
listen. You're meant to live in a world of order. You're meant to live in a structure. Anyone when you're walking and things ain't structured, you don't feel safe. Imagine you're walking on a bridge, yeah, and everything's just moving smoothly. You ain't gonna feel safe. You want everything to be ordered. You get me? The ropes, everything is firm. So you know if I put my foot down here, it's gonna hold steady. And if I put my foot
And
down,
maintained.
that's what law and order does. Which Esau pretends that that's what he brings to the world. He pretends that he civilized the world and brought a consistency of law and order. But that's not true. Even he's saying it, the old international rules-based order. There never was a rules-based order. The law of Esau has always been do as thou wilt.
Always shifted. Always shifted.
This do as thou wilt. That's the whole of the law to Esau. So I found out, yeah, that, which I haven't double-checked this, but this is what I heard, and I believe is true. Yeah. I heard that on the I think it was Reagan or one of them demons, right? He passed a law that says that America cannot provide foreign aid to a country that possesses nuclear weapons or is creating nuclear weapons that is outside of the nuclear non-proliferation treaty. So they're not allowed to give them foreign aid if you're in transgression of the
NPT.
the NPT, right? Well, hold on.
Yep.
That's Israel. So these men made a law, yeah? But they'll just break the law. Just like, all right, cool. And no one's gonna get they're all over the TV. Oh well, in Britain we don't want to do this Iraq war thing again because they said it was messing with the. Now, first of all, no one went to jail for that. It was lies. Dr. David Kelly went out into the woods. The man said, "Look, there ain't no weapons of mass destruction over there." Yeah. Then he went into the woods and shot himself in the head for some strange reason. Yeah, and they went to war anyway. They broke international law. That is understood. Everyone knows that when they went into Iraq, they broke international law. Where was the consequences for that? It's do as thou wilt. Now, if I break the law now, there's consequences. Esau will come there. Don't you know there's law and order, black man? Yeah. Don't you know that you can't? It's laws. We're a civilized people until they're ready to break the law. Then all of a sudden, the laws don't exist.
Well, I'll verify that for you. So the relevant law was the Symington Amendment, 1976, and later the Pressler Amendment, 1985. These laws restricted U.S. aid to countries that possessed or pursued nuclear weapons or operated unsafeguarded nuclear enrichment facilities outside of its national.
So all the money that they've been given to the state of Israel under their own laws is illegal. But you know what? Why does that matter? Because who's going to punish the devil when the devil's being the devil? And this is the issue. We're in a world where the transgressor, the number one transgressor, the demon, is the ruler. And his law is the law of his belly. Esau's law is the law of his belly. What do I feel like right now? That's the law. So if I feel like I will murder you, hey, murder's good today. Then tomorrow, murder will be bad.
And this is why these men got power to do executive orders, this and that, and change things. Like laws that I do all the damn fucking time. You wouldn't even know about it.
Added, ignored,
Added, taken away,
selectively enforced.
Yeah,
Loophole.
you know.
Oh yeah, we'll make a deal with you, Native American Indian. We'll make a deal. Look, we took all this land. See that piece over there? You can have that today. That's a law now. That's the agreement. We'll sign off on it. My word is born, right? Okay. Then 2 weeks later, they find out some gold is over there. Well, now it all changes because he's not a man of his word.
They say it's your fault. It's violated some way. Or
You can't live in a world like that.
Yeah.
You're supposed to live in a world where a man's word is his bond.
We need democracy on the reservation.
Yeah. You man are democratizing, right?
You go back into our laws. You go back into our laws, right? Our laws expect us to be honorable men. That's why it says defraud not thy neighbor. That's why it says no false weights and balances. That's why it says thou shalt not lie. Yeah, you stand up and you be true, you be straightforward, and man know what we're dealing with. You make an oath, you keep it. You make an agreement, you keep it. Everyone understands.
Even if it hinders you.
Even if it hinders you, your word is born.
Yeah.
And he showed you that in his old movies. A man, yeah, that was on my honor. And you could trust that. Now, in this society, you can't even trust if a man sign it on a piece of paper.
We always use the example of buying a used car, or even new cars nowadays. But used cars, like you can buy the car knowing there's something wrong with it
Yeah.
that you've not been told. Like,
Subterfuge, man, because this is the world we live in. It's a corrupt world where the truth isn't at the forefront. The truth is a casualty of war. It's a casualty of life. Esau don't give a damn about the truth. They'll cover up whatever they got to do. In fact, it's getting to the point they'll make the truth. How many fingers am I holding up? They'll tell you it's 8 when it's 4. And you have to accept that. Then tomorrow it will be the same thing and it will change, the number will change. And you have to accept that. Otherwise, you're a low IQ ape. Oh man. Man, we gotta get out of here, man.
So Psalms 144 and 7. Beautiful. Send thine hand from above, rid me and deliver me out of the great waters, from the hand of strange children.
That's the strange children is Esau. He's a strange individual. He operates off nothing but evil. And even when it looks like he's being good, it's subterfuge. This is why, like, man are here and we can have an unlimited conversation. You talk about forever war. We can have a forever conversation about something that he's doing, whether it's the food or it's some scam. There's never ending of how he's scamming people or stealing or undermining.
Well, that's why I say he's still his way up to the heavens, man. You know, it's that mad. You can talk about it all day, literally. Like, you can talk about it.
And he's a heathen. He likes to point the finger. Oh, this person's a heathen. That person, look at them third world. Bro, every type of disgusting, strange activity you could think of, Esau is either into it in the open or he's doing it behind closed doors.
well, that's that. We looked at a couple of with the Republicans. It's like in Republican states, that's where you get the most searches for transgender pornography. You know, in the red states.
They championed that. There weren't no heathen in no heathen country that spent millions of dollars working out how to give man a design of vagina. Esau did that. That's strange. That man gave man the man gave man a design of vagina before he cured cancer. You know them one. You know them way there. Think about it, bro. Before man cured cancer and diabetes, man gave man a design of vagina. That's how this is the devil they're dealing with. We're talking about a man that is occultic in his nature. So he deals with Satan. He deals with Obeah, but he'll make it look like, oh no, that's them Nigerians. Oh, that's them Haitians. Them Haitians are into voodoo. Little do you know that all their elites are into voodoo. They're the highest level of voodoo. Aleister Crowley was the most spooky. Even the man in Haiti is like, yo, that man have to bow down and worship Aleister Crowley. Because he's into the highest. He was into the highest level. Them man ain't eating feces, and them man say, yo, this man's moving crazy with the voodoo. Man was dealing with the voodoo so high that demonic entities from the ancient world was conversing. Man said that the god set came and had a personal conversation with him. That's the demons, bro. They got Satan in the group chat. That's how man. You know the way there, man. Direct line.
It's Isaiah 29, verse 15. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord Yahweh, and their works are in the dark. And they say, who seeth us and who knoweth us?
That's them elites, but the Illuminati, as they call it. They working behind the scenes.
They can hide it from the common person. These men don't understand.
They don't understand that these men are deep. They're into all the demons and the strange gods. These are not civilized people, and they're definitely not Christian. They've never been Christian. And how do you know that? All these men that are champions, for instance, you look at this pussy on Matt Ward. Now, he happens to be against the Iran war. But he's not against the Iran war for moral reasons. He's against the Iran war because he sees it as an expense for America. He doesn't care about people. These men are demons. So they claim to be Christian, but they don't really believe in the actual tenets of love thy neighbor and all these different stuff. No, they're really Satanists. They really, when you break it down, do as thou wilt. They're going to do whatever they got to do to uplift themselves in the world. And that's how Esau, Edom, this is the facts. I have the facts.
And that's what you'll see with all these fucking these Americans, right? All these Christian Americans, they're all about America first. the Christian philosophy that is supposed to hold us into
The kingdom of heaven.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's be everybody,
That's
right?
right,
Everybody
yeah.
that believes, right? But it's not. It's always America. Right? Even Tucker Carlson,
Yeah.
he loves everybody. He don't like violence in any fashion, but he's still like America. They want America to survive and do better than everybody else, and that's these
Yeah,
laws for
why
us. That's different law for them. No, your Christianity doesn't teach that. Your Christianity doesn't
Yeah,
teach
why
that.
should you have a false balance that you call a currency that you force upon the rest of the
Yeah.
world at their expense? And if they try and come up from underneath that, you can go destroy them for it. What's Christian about that? There ain't nothing Christian about that. If you're talking about what's in the scriptures, no, there's not. But this is the reality of the truth is the way you took over the world was being good at being extremely violent. That's how it is, bro. You were the original war monkey. And you had the will to do it too.
Like, how-
Because you didn't get tired.
But this is the thing, like, how can, because like America is basically the Christendom of Christianity, like the kingdom, right, for them, right? But how can a place that was stolen and built upon blood be the kingdom of heaven?
Yeah, it is if you
It
ignore
tells
all
you
that.
It can't, yes, I'm
If
saying.
you just ignore it.
It can't possibly be though, because the scripture tells you this. You know, that's why all you Christians are hypocrites. That's why none of you are making it.
Absolutely.
None of you are going to make it.
They're hypocrites, man. That's what it is. And then they'll come up to the camp. And when we talk about these Edomites going into slavery and judgment coming to them, all of a sudden we're evil and we're violent and we need to go to hell. And then they'll go home tonight and watch the bombs drop. Like, it's cool.
Yeah, this is the thing. You speak to all of the different heathens. They've all got something wrong with Esau.
Yeah.
All of the heathens have something wrong with Esau,
I have the
right? You know, and there'll be things that we do know what, because there's a lot that Esau's done to every nation.
Yeah, the heart that you're about to say the Rasta thing. The half has never been told. Each one, teach one. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but for real, because you got all of the subversion. Like I was thinking about, what you call it? What did Cat Williams saying? How basically your mind doesn't know the difference between when you're bullshit, not right. So if you believe something, that your mind will actually believe that's true. And I was just thinking about that in the context of Esau's told Jake, "You ain't shit." So Jake has walked around thinking, "I ain't shit," and then and so then I'm thinking about just that how the little things that Esau put in Jake's mind,
The low self-esteem.
that low self-esteem is
Yeah, affects how
basically
you act.
It's oppression.
yeah,
It's oppression.
Yeah, it's oppressive. It affects the way you think and it affects your mind. Yeah. But that's why white supremacy for them is supposed to do something different. Yeah. And now they're hurt because they're really seeing that you're not morally superior in any way, man. You're not a moral people. You've never been moral. It was always a facade. You conquered the world, and then after you conquered the world, you basically you whited the sepulchre. So you made sure that where you live is clean. It's that what's the word of supposing that gain is godliness. You use your riches to clean up where you are to make. That's why the most evil people where they live, bro, looks pristine, bro. They're wearing the nicest clothes, so it looks like these man. But then if you're all rough, you think that guy the wicked one because he's on the roads. You get me, with a tooth missing. Really, but them man have got more bodies on them, more evil than anyone else. One guy, there's a quote that says, "Where you find great fortune, you will also find a great crime." Yeah,
No, I was because, but once again, he will put that all subliminally in his media, right? Where it's like, for instance, the typical thing of someone who's down bad, his beard will grow, but as soon as he's up, the beard shaves off and all of that. So putting that image, that having that look, means that you're low down and dirty, right? Same thing that it all is going into. You get people in the world that think London is beautiful, it's all Chelsea, right? But and if they're showing you a bad part of London, there'll be loads of Jakes there, right? All of that subliminals. That's why people have this view about England in general. But a lot of England's fruit.
that they're innocent because they got money and they wear these sweaters, walk around. They're innocent.
But you know better, right? The scripture tells you, man, these are the wicked that prosper in the world, right? So why would it be a surprise that these men at the top are the most wickedest of all? I mean, yeah, there's wickedness going on lower levels too, but the greatest wickedness is going up above.
Yeah,
Yes.
like my man Abramovich, which big up Abramovich still because Chelsea was doing it the most under his tenure still. Real badness, yeah. But let's be honest, like Abramovich is a murderer. All them Russian oligarchs were just the baddest men that killed the most people, to get to their
But
position.
that's what we're portrayed from England. These men are just some wicked men, right? But
Like these men
we
here
don't
are not saying,
they're not the same thing here.
But then remember that when he had that beef with we had that beef with the other Russian cat, And the other guy said, listen, because obviously he used the Chelsea thing to clean up his image. And then the sports washing thing. And then the guy said, what's the difference between a rat and a gerbil? And he said, it's PR.
He went one deep. Remember, he said a gerbil, a rat. It's like gerbil's more likely to bite your child. Yeah, you buy your child the gerbil. But basically saying that one's more dangerous, but it's got better PR.
Got better PR. That's what Esau has. Like, you look at the badness that these men are doing. Like, yeah, man, we just blew up that boat, yeah, because we think that they might have something on the boat, yeah. But it's like, bro, this is pure badness. This is gangsterism. But because man's got a suit on, yeah, and they got a fancy title, they can do badness. Oh, this man threatened me, so I blew him up. Well, I can't do that. If that happens on the streets all the time, and if you do, as a Jake, if you do that on the street, they're gonna call you the biggest murderer. And sometimes on the streets, the nigga needed to get killed. Let's be honest, man. Sometimes on the streets, yeah, sometimes, not every time that a Jake put a man down that he really was in the wrong. Sometimes he's in the right. That dude was a problem. You get guys that need to get put down.
Sometimes the same guy doing it is the problem too.
That's it. But sometimes this guy is coming for you.
Yeah.
Sometimes man is really coming for you, yeah? And you got to put him down before he puts you down. That's how it is in the streets, right? But if you play that game on the streets, right, morally they'll say you're wrong, that you're a savage, but then they do it on a grander scale.
Macro.
Because Pookie might have a problem with
Yeah, if someone can just take that person off the stream, Babaka Shah, anyone on the comment board.
who is it? What's he saying?
All this Hebrew gibberish in the comments is amazing.
What's he saying?
Because you're low IQ.
It's
You don't understand, innit?
Oh,
Anyway.
not obviously I can't do it.
yeah, someone was zapping. Yeah. What was I saying then, man?
Sluts.
Yeah,
You're
man
bad
in the
to the
street.
Yeah. So say like you got Pookie over here, right? And he's got his corner. He's running his corner. And then there's a guy on another corner. He's got his corner, right? Now my man wants to go over there, take out his corner. So he goes over there, shut up the place. That man would say that's wicked. But a man can go Venezuela and shut up the place to take their oil, and that's cool. Or to go to Iraq and shut up the place. But it's worse. The Pookie's death and destruction is like insignificant compared to what these men are doing. Because Pookie might and spray up the building, and then one youth sleeping in a cot gets hit. He's the worst demon on the planet. Oh, see? Or Pookie will go, he knows he's got beef with them, man, and they're at the basketball court. Spray up the basketball court, one young youth gets clapped. Everyone's like, oh, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, Pookie's a demon, man. He shot a child in the, you know.
And he is.
And he is. But remember, Esau will blow up a wedding to get her up.
This Iran attack, he hit the school.
Yeah, hit the school.
150, 70 women and children, whatever.
So through this year, let's say he killed 150 children in that one instance. That's probably more children that's died in gang violence for the last 10 years. Let's talk about it. But because if you, I guarantee you, well, I can't guarantee it. But let's say we go and we look up children's deaths as a direct result of gang violence in a year. It'll probably be like two children got caught in a crossfire that year. You know what I'm saying? The numbers are going to be low because gang violence is not actually as deadly as what the media will make you think it is. Like in London, they'll make it look like, oh, like London is like hell. There's all these knife stabbings, and which there is, you know, a lot of knife stabbings, but it's 9 million people. So the chances of you yourself getting stabbed in London is like, well, it's low, especially if you're not in a gang. I think maybe if you're of a certain age group, in a gang or around a gang, then your probability go up. But big grown man like us, bro, man go through bad ends all the time. Like, man's roll through ends, and man ain't looking at us because I'm coming from work, but I ain't got no beef with no one. Like, I'm a civilian. So no one ain't trying, I ain't got no ops trying to run around the corner trying to get at me. But still, if you look at the numbers of actual murders in London from gang crime, there'll be like 70 people. And then all of that not gang crime. Some of that's just random people getting shanked because of differences that they've had. Bro, she cooked, yeah? So it's like 70. So 70 people. These men licked off 150 kids in one day. So their badness is on a whole different level, but they could just skeets over that. Like,
well, them man, they say they hit 1,000 targets or some shit.
yeah, how many people you think are dying doing that? You've already done marked off the gang crime for US and UK altogether in that one day. Come on.
Yeah, no, the US data is very odd because they've got just general gun violence, so it's not really separated.
All the Edomites killing their families in that.
But it says of the UK child homicide.
Okay, Jackie. Everything's gonna be all right. Come here now.
44.
Mama's just
We go
sleeping.
to a better place.
No. No, so I was gonna say, child homicides, all causes, 50 to 90 per year in the UK. It says teen deaths linked to youth or night violence, often 30 to 50 per year. Very young children killed in gang violence, extremely uncommon.
Uncommon.
Yeah.
So, and these were young little primary school youths, all in one go, 150 of them. Wow. And then Esau just gets to do that, and it's like, it's cool. Yeah, no, yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, just drop the bomb. Now, let that be Jake. He just did a drive-by. He didn't mean to hit. Again, we're not we're not on the Pookie side. I'm just showing the hypocrisy. Pookie do a drive-by and hit a youth. The judge ain't trying to hear all that. I weren't aiming for him.
Yeah.
The judge ain't, man, I was trying to get the op, and the op ran here, and the Mac 10 sprayed out the window. That happened. I remember there was a remember the famous one in Birmingham. He killed his sister at the club because he sprayed the Mac 10 out the window and jerked it, and it clapped. How Jake, man, Mac 10 in one hand. You know what I mean? And it sprayed up the spot, and it was actually the girl that got actually killed was his sister that was coming out the club. That happened in Brom. That man got time. Like, it was everyone in the car got bare time. But the point is, he couldn't come up and he couldn't make the excuse. I wasn't aiming for her. Them man ain't trying to hear all that. That's manslaughter. Or whatever other crimes you want to slap onto that, you're going down for time.
But this is the thing, right? Because they talk about, we're going to do the investigation for that kind of thing. They're talking about it in the news or whatever, right? But what is going to happen at the end of the investigation? Nothing. Whatever happens at the end of these investigations, nothing.
Nothing. Yeah. And once again, we know ultimately it was a sacrifice. Man.
Yeah, they sacrificed them.
That's what war's about. That's what war is for them. To make sacrifices.
I was thinking it was just the other day, Iran had the burning of the Al-Steg. The first thing these guys do is drop a bomb on children. Huh?
Yeah, there you go. Because Esau's a demon. He's the highest level demon there is. And that's what we're watching on TV is high level gangsterism.
And that's what we're saying, basically. Like, yeah, these men in the street are wicked and evil, but Esau is far worse. So he's a greater evil, a far greater evil.
Yeah, industrial.
Just that he can get away with it because he's in power. That's the difference.
That's it. Who's gonna prosecute? Who's gonna prosecute Tony Blair? That's why he's still walking around on the streets.
Yeah.
Tony Blair, man, he's responsible for 1 million dead Iraqis. Who's going? You know what I mean?
Yep. Psalms 140 from the top. Deliver me, O Yahweh, from the evil man. Preserve me from the violent man, which imagine mischiefs in their heart. Continually are they gathered together for war.
Continually. War. That's what Esau is all about. Look at the money he spends. Look at the money he spends on warfare. All right? That's why we need deliverance. Our world ain't going to be filled with death and war. Esau, he loves death and war. He benefits from it. He loves chaos. He's a chaos demon. He don't want peace. He wants war. He loves the fires burning.
He's going to say war is in his heart.
That's why war is what he going to get. Because Yahweh Shai is going to show him about real war.
Because you have an evil covetousness, man.
Yahweh Shai is going to show him about real warfare. The real war. You're going to find out about the real war. Yeah, because the Bible says that our God is a man of war. God of war. King of terrors too. So you're going to find out. Because that's what he's doing. When he's dropping them bombs over there on Tehran, what he's actually doing is terrorism. But they say it in a different kind of way. So if you look at the definition of terrorism, right? The definition of terrorism is that you're inciting fear to affect political change, right? So when you're dropping bombs on people, it's a terror. You're there at night and you got your kids in the room and you don't know whether the next bomb is gonna blow you up. Yeah. So there's a bare stressomania, anxiety through the roof, cortisol.
Well, same with the sanctions and that kind of stuff. They putting pressure on the people.
It's terror. Yeah. So when they're dropping, they know that the actual military bases that Iran have are not in Tehran. Tehran is a city where mans drink coffee and eat shawarma. Blood. They're not. It's not a military zone, right? So why are they bombing these extremely populated areas? Because the whole point is to terrify the people so that they just want it to end. So their hope is that the people get so terrified, they like go to their lead. It's like a siege, and they put pressure on them, like, nah, this has to end, blood. Man are getting killed out here.
Yeah.
That's why they're bombing the cities. And they're telling you that. They're saying, oh yeah, we hope that the people around would take back their country. Yeah, so what you're saying is, listen, we're gonna terrorize your blood clot, yeah. So who you want to see you kick your leaders out? You're a terrorist. You're a terrorist right there in broad daylight. But the way they're trying to form the words, they're framing it as if you're not doing that. But that's what you are. You are terrorizing a population of people with bombs to get them to submit and to change their leadership to be more favorable to you. That's terrorism 101. These are the facts. I got the facts.
Revelation.
I don't believe because I'm a black man.
Revelation 6:4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth.
That man call him peace board,
Peace.
border peace, water border peace. These men are talking about how they ended this war and did that and all that. It's all lies, bro. He saw the war general, blood. He loves war. He loves funding war. He loves giving people weapons. Cartel, all their weapons are from America. And they got military grade weapons that you can't buy in a Walmart. You can't go into Target and Walmart and buy the military bomber clock skyscraper weapons that the cartels have. They've gotten that through back channels from the American government. They've been, and we told you this. We listen, we're not stupid. Oh, we're sending weapons to Ukraine. Half them weapons, they ain't getting to Ukraine. That's the receipt.
Yeah. Because they've come out and said it.
Well, what happened when they sent them ammunition in the Middle East somewhere and ISIS got them?
Yeah.
They just sat there for them.
When they left Afghanistan,
They left all
when
their
they
weapons
left
there.
Afghanistan, they left everything there.
Yeah, they got paid.
Convenient. You know?
Paid in the back channels, man. Esau's the war general, man. They're the ones making all these ammunitions and spreading them through the earth. They proliferated nuclear weapons to the earth. They weren't the Arabs. You developed nuclear weapons and spread the nuclear technology throughout the earth.
Well, I was just reading when I was looking up that stat when you saw that statement. That you thought was Reagan. That one basically when I was reading that, it was basically saying how it was actually America that was funding Pakistan, and it was like, oh, but as long as they don't build a nuke though, so they probably got all the money to build their nukes from that money during
chaos monkey.
Yeah, during Reagan.
He's a third world war monkey, man. Man, talking about the third world. You are the third world. You're the third world general. General butt naked. Have to be the old world. That's what
it's like
former world.
Psalms 50 verse 19. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, President Trump. You know that white demon, little blonde hair Becky. Yeah. President Trump had a feeling based on facts. What? That's what she said. He had a feeling based on facts. I was like,
Bro,
this
this is
bitch
not-
talking
This
garbage,
is
man.
shit.
Talking pure poo-poo. No, you preemptively started beef, started warfare
You must
in the midst of negotiations.
Yeah, so that,
Mm.
no, because the Amman negotiator, the guy that was doing the
Yeah, he
negotiation,
said they made a deal.
yeah, that was like everything was blessed. He
Yeah,
came out on
happy,
record,
apparently.
yeah. Because people were saying that he came out on record because he knew that the Americans would try and twist it or whatever. He was like, nah.
They never wanted a deal. They did the same thing with the Native American Indians. How many times would they negotiate a deal and then go read the book Bury My Heart Wounded Me. It's the same thing. A lot of them, the reason why the natives went down was because you had a lot of chieftains that was mesmerized by the whiteness of Edomites, man. They were simping. So they were just like, yo, man, that's pre-peace. And then you had a man like Geronimo was like, nah, dog, you get me? We need to just come together and just rifle, but just kill all of them. And like, no, we need to seek peace. Peace pipe in it, yeah. Let me sign this deal. And all them guys that signed deals, Esau would sometimes when man's on it, signing the deal, they've attacked man's village. Certain times, the main man signed the deal, man stood down, all the braves like everything's cool. Then the man just run into the village and just murk off the whole place. And next man heard about that shit. I told you, man. I told you. Geronimo, you had Geronimo. What's the other one?
Like, what's the next one? Crazy Horse, huh?
Crazy Horse, and there was another one, something red or what's his name? Forgot the dude's name, but there was a few of them that were on smoke. They were like, no, we're not having it. These Edomites just need to get scalped. They need to get dealt with. But then you had a lot of them, man, that the Lord put a docile spirit on them because they thought that they could negotiate with the devil and everything would be all right. That this man would be satiated.
And that's what it was, man. The Most High put that spirit upon on Gad to kind of, you know, be overcome by Esau. It's part of their judgment because they were going off still. They weren't worshiping the Heavenly Father that they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Right. So obviously that was part of their judgment to go into captivity really under these Edomites, right? To have Esau have his moment. Right. But that moment's coming to an end.
And that's why we
You know?
ain't here to negotiate with devils, man. We're not terrorists, so we ain't, like I said from the very beginning, we don't roll with bombs, but we don't negotiate with terrorists. So when Yahweh Shai comes, there's no negotiations. We're not negotiating with Esau. Esau's gonna get put into slavery, subjection, and then he's gonna get exterminated,
No discussions needed.
right? Because you can't work with this man. You can't work with him.
He can't be trusted.
He can't be trusted, and he's unreasonable, and he's insatiable. Didn't he bomb Iran? Last time he bombed them, they was in the middle of negotiations. Man.
Last year.
But Ahmadinejad, this is the thing though. So Ahmadinejad long said it after they came out of P5+1. When I think Trump first ran, he basically was like, look, man, you can't negotiate with these people. And he once again, that's the thing. Well, you need these heathens. They love bringing up the plight of Jacob only when it suits them. And then he was like, hey, look what you did, you know, to the so-called blacks in your country. You know, he called them out, but he would say this Edomite can't be negotiated with. He would say something and we'll go back on his word.
And that's why it's to say, you know, the rust is not wiped away. It's still the same devil,
Same
doing
devil.
the same things, but not wearing a nicer suit now.
Yeah,
or
that's
whatever.
it. That's it.
You know?
You're wearing a nicer suit, man. You modernized devil.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what it
yeah.
is. Go ahead.
So go to Psalms 55 and
Oh,
21.
we still got Psalm 144 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep that. We might have to read that.
Psalm 55 and 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
The man said we're trying to make Iran great again.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
it.
yeah, copy America, yes.
Same thing with Venezuela. Oh, we're here, we're doing good for them. No, and that should show you, right, that this man is the apex liar. And so when he's telling you in America, oh, I'm gonna make America great again, you already know it's all lies, but the man don't care about you. It's just lies. He'll tell you what you need to hear, but then he's gonna do what he's gonna do. The game is the game, man. Man are liars out here, but people want to believe them. Yahweh Shai ain't no liar, man. That's one thing for truth. He ain't no liar, man. He said, look, I am the way and the truth. Yahweh Shai is that gate that leadeth unto pasture, man. That's no lie. That's no trick. That's no subterfuge. You got a lot of you who are sold out to Esau, man. Esau, listen, bro, that's the worst guy to put your hat in with. You seen the Dark Knight, man. You see what the nigga did? Right? He ain't gonna listen, bro. This guy, he'll use you. And then when he's done with you, he will do away with you. Because what did he need you for? He has no honor. He wasn't put on earth to represent honor. That's what he weren't put here to represent. He represents dishonor. The lack of value. There's no value in Esau. He has no redeemable characteristics.
And this is what the scriptures meant by like all this. Like there'll be two manner of people in our root. Yep. Jacob and Esau are fun to be two different ends of the spectrum. You know, Jacob was the righteous kid. You know, he's raised the right way. Right, had morals and integrity. Esau has none of those things.
The man ain't even got the heart to go on the front line with the troops no more, man. That man say, yo, fuck that. Commander in chief, man. Fuck out here, man. That man ain't no David's. David was out there, man. That man had to make David not go out there. No more. I said, listen, man, if I'm guy, man was that Ned Stark, man. I said, listen, if you bring the judgment, you have to, you know what I mean? And he's about pretending you Game of Thrones. You ain't no Game of Thrones. You ain't Ned Starks, man. Joffrey's, that's what you are.
Yeah, different, man. You do pop the bro, you man kill the bro.
Yeah.
Well, it's true because the FC I do no kind of damage. You know what I mean? You know, doing their thing and then killing them and doing
Everyone-
shit.
it's all about-
Come on, man.
Bro, they don't need to distract from the fucking Epstein files. They told you, listen, Esau just told you, listen, I'm gonna show you these Epstein files. I'm gonna show you them bit by bit as well. So you're gonna get hyped now, then it's gonna die down, and you're gonna get hyped now. What I'm doing is psychologically breaking you down. That's the whole purpose of why 1 minute he's telling you it's fake, 1 minute he's telling you it's real. Because he's messing with your mind. It's mind games. Why do you think they didn't just bring it all out in one go? No, they're gonna play mind games with you, get you energy excited. It becomes normalized even talking about it. Now your anger and your frustration is spread out over time. But not only that, you're now demoralized about it. And man came out, he said, listen, there's nothing in the files that warrants any further investigation. So he already told you, man, what you needed to know. That read it, and ain't a damn thing you could do about it. In fact, look, here's some more. Oh, don't worry, in a month we'll give you some more, and you can read through that, and you can read about the pantyhoses and all that. And guess what? Just what they call it, DOJ has already said there ain't nothing there to investigate. Oh! Listen, if they see you doing anything spooky in your car late at night, they're gonna be something to investigate. If you do something spooky, we need to see what you doing in there, boy.
But wait, ain't they? Because weren't they taken?
On, yeah, we all know it's bullshit.
It's bullshit. What they're releasing in the files, a lot of it is open to interpretation. In the way of a lot of it is
Incriminating,
plausible deniability. Like, they said pizza. We all know what they're talking about, but that's why you would investigate. You would, innit? You'd be like, but this sounds spooky. Let me start wiretapping. Let me start looking into the details. That man said no, there's nothing in there.
But listen, we know how that goes. Yeah. Because the man will go do these investigations. Don't worry about that no more.
You know what I'm saying? Or they disappear.
Yeah, it's been taken away,
So
mysterious
I'll
car
ask you
crash.
again, why do they need to hide the files? No, it's 1984. So if we say there's nothing there, there ain't no fucking there. But I seen it. What did you see? Tell me. You saw? Is there something there? Are the Epstein files? The Epstein files in the room with us now? They're just letting you know what time it is, and now you need to accept it. That's what the whole thing's all about. Accept the fact that Satan is your master. That's what it's all about. I don't know, they started the war because they wanted to. No, they wanted you to know about the Epstein files. That's why it's all over the mainstream news. If they didn't want you to know, you wouldn't, just like the Mark Dutroux case. You don't know about that. Most people don't even know about that. WikiLeaks brought it out. How come that wasn't as mainstream as Epstein files? The Mark Dutroux files came out with the WikiLeaks. And that was arguably more damning. Because there's this real clear-cut shit happening in that line. Oh, shit. Politicians, everyone, like, oh, shit. Actually, come on, man. Esau's coming out with his devil horns, man. Can't you see? Can't you see? Man said it's fake news. He trolled, man. And said, I don't need your vote. He tell man, I don't need your vote no more. If you believe the Epstein files is real, I don't need you. Man, he was treating these guys like how a pimp treats a whore. Just pure psychological fucking manipulation, man. Oh, boy. Mind games. We told you from day one, ain't nothing gonna come from that shit.
But war was in his heart.
Yep.
His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
So they'll have a way to talk about things as if it's for the good of the people, and Iran was a threat to the world. No, bro, all right, bro. Yeah, Iran's gonna attack America. It's a come on.
They're going to attack America yet. And they're under attack.
I remember one time, one guy told me he actually believed that Afghanistan was planning to invade the UK. And I said, brother, them man are goat herders, bro. Most of them man did not even know that America said they went to the moon. Yeah. These men are living in a world that is so far removed, from what you think.
Yeah.
That if you think they are traveling to the fucking UK to launch a war, then you're just insane. On what boat?
Yeah.
What was they gonna walk there? What they're gonna build something? They're gonna see the Afghanistanis.
Yeah.
Bro, what were they gonna do? Walk from Afghanistan, like?
Yeah.
hire some Vikings to make such a long voice.
But that's the but the propaganda. That's how they made it feel. Just like with Iraq, they made it look like Saddam was going to launch for some strange reason. Randomly, was just going to launch missiles on the UK. Why?
But this is the thing. Then they just can't even protect themselves.
Yeah.
How are they going to go attack another
Yeah,
big ass nation like
yeah.
America
Why would you do that?
mighty military? Like, why does that make any sense?
But they no. Oh, it's 'cause they're
Asymmetrical
insane.
warfare.
No, it's because they're insane.
Oh,
You
right.
know, like that guy from North Korea. He's insane.
Yeah.
He's got the finger on the trigger. What, okay, but then why has he not done anything?
Yeah.
If he's so unhinged and insane,
He should be unpredictable,
you
right?
exactly.
Yeah,
But
it's
he's
not.
very predictable. Man's just getting his dick sucked in his mansion and just running his country. But Esau's like pushing out these propagandas, and it's like it don't even make no sense. Afghanistan's gonna invade the UK. What?
No, what it means is that we're going to set up a terrorist cell. Because these ISIS and these are just proxy armies of America.
And the
They also
terrorist
fight wars
attacks
in the
don't
Middle
even
East
make
and stuff.
sense. It's doing the
Yeah.
terrorist that makes it worse for you. So you know who's really doing the terrorist attack.
Exactly.
I always thought it was stupid. Like, why? And then the fact that you're trying to get on a plane, just blow up the airport. Like, it's a lot more easier. Like, if you were actually doing like guerrilla warfare, you do the easiest, simplest thing. You don't do the hardest thing. I got to go in the airport. I got to go through check-in. I got to do all this shit just to get on the plane. When I could just blow up the front of the airport, like, and I'll still do damage. That was like, yeah, that sounds stupid to me. But now I got to get flipping naked. I got man cupping my balls and shit, like, for what reason? Man's feeding up your woman's titties, man, because someone can put a bomb on the plane. This is ridiculous. Like, why would they put the bomb on the plane? They just blow it up right here in the fucking concierge. Shut the airport down. It's done.
Yeah, that's what we've been seeing with this
With
war.
Dubai, yeah, just shut the airport down. That will bring fear. That will bring more fear than that bullshit on an airplane. Then they make all the films about hostage taking on the airplane. It's like it's a viable option. Like, use your brain. How is this viable? It's long.
When does it happen?
Come on.
I mean, 'cause
Only the
I know
9/11
yeah, I know that's about 9/11.
But
But
before
that's
that,
what's spooky
yeah.
anyway.
Because it's stupid. It's stupid. It's dumb. Just get a fucking truck, fill it up with something from fucking what's it called? Horse manure or whatever this shit they use, yeah? And just drive it into something, blood. It's not difficult. Low cost, highly efficient. That's how real guerrilla peak warfare happens, man. You don't pick the hardest thing to do. You know, the thing with the highest risk. Like, what are we doing here? A bunch of goat herders, man. Let's be honest, bro. That man wasn't doing nothing, but Esau spread that propaganda out there because he has to be the victim to falsely justify, oh, I'm going over there to save the women.
The first thing he did was kill a whole bunch of girls.
Yeah.
Which the thing is, and it goes to show, it's like the way he will portray different places, right? Where it's like Iranian women are some of the most highly educated women in the world.
Yeah. You can see them on the TV. talking.
Yeah, we're cutting these journalists.
You know?
And they don't all, but with the Esau, but the way Esau makes, and that's another thing, the way Esau makes the world look is that anywhere that has any form of patriarchy, the women are just like,
First time,
They're forcing you to wear hijab.
yeah, and they're just dying.
Yeah.
They're just dying, bro. You know what I mean? Really, because in the West, that's where they're dying.
Yeah, exactly.
That's where they're depressed. That's where they're getting trafficked into porn.
Yeah.
That's where all these women are getting trafficked to the West, bro.
Yeah.
From Ukraine and all that, they're getting trafficked into the West, bro. You know what I mean? Bro, this is insane. I have to save the women.
because the way they talk about the regime, like how oppressive it is, it's all vile, so awful. Bro, it's just they're just living like everybody else, bro.
Yeah.
They got different laws to us, yeah, sure.
Bro,
There's certain laws we live under we don't fucking like.
Bro, this is shawarma, bro.
Yeah.
Shawarma and rice, bro. Saffron. With saffron in there and shit, man.
It's funny because then they'll be like, oh, look at all of these clips of people celebrating Khomeini's death. It proves it was evil, right? That's what they'll say. But then it was like, wait there, when my man got shot, a whole lot
Charlie
of
Kirk.
Democrats.
Yeah. Bro, this-
Bro, Charlie, but was it Trump when he got shot?
Yeah.
Bro, anywhere you go in the world, there will be a segment of people that don't like the music. Yeah, but again, it's low IQ. This ache, blood. But you know what, man? You know, forget it. Let's see, carry on.
This is the book of Psalms again, 50, 58 and 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies.
Esau he loves lies. His whole kingdom is built on lies. Man. Lies, lying by omission, straight up liars, AI, man, false flags,
Fabrication.
everything, man. Every form of lie there is, Esau's invented it.
Master of
and
lies.
he's a master of it, man.
They've got that thing where it's like people just casually say, "Oh, all politicians lie." It's like, what? Why?
shit.
Like, why is that?
Yeah, it shouldn't be a thing, right?
Exactly.
That shouldn't be the standard. You know what I mean?
Wow, you know what it was? He's like, wow. Damn.
Yeah, none of it should be accepted. None of them should ever be in office. If you know that, they should get lynched. Really.
Oh yeah, we didn't even mention the fact that normally they're trying to spread that sweet. Oh, they hate us because of our freedom.
Yeah,
You know that
yeah,
word?
stupid.
They hate us because
They
of
don't
our
know nothing about you.
But they don't know about democracy, bro. They goat herders, bro.
They're outraged. You know?
They're just doing smoking opium and doing bacha.
But like, I don't understand, right? Because if man's it's like Batman's freedom, why don't you just do the freedom here then? Why are you going to attack another place?
Yeah, and then you took everyone's freedom away with the TSA.
Yeah.
But the point, the man said, I will choose your leader. Now, I don't know about you. I know I am a low IQ Negroid of the Negroid race. So I know my IQ is below 70 because of the color of my skin, and I'm from the third world. So I understand that my IQ is of the lowest of
Lowest
quality.
quality.
But I'm pretty sure that in a democracy, it's the people that choose their leader without outside influence. Otherwise, that's not really democracy. Democracy is supposed to be informed consent and not under duress. So if you're putting pressure on the people and telling them who they're meant to pick, that's like kind of a dictatorship. That's not really a democracy.
Yeah.
I'm sure Noam Chomsky,
That sounds like Rome.
that's
I'll put it here.
that sounds
Yeah.
like I obviously I'm low IQ because I'm from the third world. But if you get like a guy like Noam Chomsky, I'm pretty sure they'll be able to break down how that's not democracy, my man. But now they're not. Remember, today they're not selling democracy. No, but in a few weeks they'll probably try to run it out, selling democracy. Fuck these devils, yeah. That's why Yahweh Shai just needs to come with the big ones. Boom. Yeah, just wipe their whole infrastructure of the face of planet Earth, and Levette and all them people there, their spokesman and their PR merchant and all that.
This is Sirach 32, verse 17. A simple man will not be reproved. You can't tell these devils anything, right? But
Why they're gonna come up with a bag of excuses?
Because I was reading on USA Today, it was like, oh yeah, we firmly believe it was probably the Americans that killed the children, right? I mean, the thing is, like, because Israel was shooting at the top and in the north, and America was in the south, so yes, it was definitely the Americans. But then, basically, when you're reading it, it was like, oh, but back in the day, it used to be a military base. And so they're basically putting it out there that it's justified. It's the same PR that Israel has been running.
Not only that now,
Exactly.
I heard they're blaming the AI now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. Because
Yeah,
they said the AI was picking targets.
Yeah.
But I thought before you shoot, you're supposed to get intelligence.
But that'll be interesting because right now there's a big beef between the US military and Anthropic, one of the AI the manufacturers of Claude. And then they're basically being like, yo, we're gonna go with Claude. Anthropic is saying you're not using our AI for your stuff. But then some of the other ones are like, oh, God, whatever, we can't stop you, type of things. It's really interesting that they're now coming out and saying that the AI that made the mistake. That's in.
But ain't you supposed to use intelligence before you start bombing things? Yeah. Surely.
The AI is smart, isn't it? So
But that's what different L's everyone has said is like that place Gaza has always been a testing ground.
Yeah,
Because
Palantir.
it came out that AI was the one that was picking a whole load of targets. So, okay, cool, that person needs to get eliminated.
That's crazy. I said it used to be a base.
Yeah, but then I was thinking about it just now as I was saying, you go around London, you've got little small barracks everywhere in London.
Tower Hill, man. Oh yeah, it used to be. You know what I mean, man? You know what I'm saying? Just blow out the tower. That's crazy. Man.
Oh man.
Old World War III.
the Knights of the Round Table used to say.
And ain't got no up-to-date information. Just fighting the war. It's not like you were prepared for this. But Esau will always plead ignorance or whatever he's got to do.
Yeah.
Or he'll end up saying, well, it's better we killed them than Khomeini did.
If you got hold of them, you know. No, he's like,
Hey, they were only gonna grow up and turn into wives and
or terrorists, you
you know
know.
what I mean, cooking pita bread and
man.
baking pita bread and you know what I mean. It was better that the American bombs freed them from a life of tyranny. But they killed my man's daughter in the airstrikes, like 3 generations.
Yeah, granddaughter. Yeah,
What are you killing politicians for, bro? That's crazy. That's cool now. So that's what you see what I mean. So that's cool. Just you can just go and assassinate people's politicians, yeah, and that's just what we do.
That's not the declaration of war.
That's civilized now.
Yeah, and then when it came out, the EU was calling on Iran to show restraint.
Yeah,
It's
no,
the way
how do
to-
you mean, bro?
And then, man,
Just get beaten off. Hold you, get tired about it.
and then not only that, man said anyone that replaces them, you're gonna get whacked as well.
Yeah.
So hold on. So this is just pure
But he
bandit.
did the same thing in Venezuela. He was talking about, oh, yeah, very bad things happen to the leaders of Venezuela. He's always threatening and taking people out, man. It's like, that can't be right. That can't be international law and all these things. You can't just assassinate someone in their country. The UK had a big issue with that Russian don that got poisoned.
Yeah.
The novel shop.
You're crying about that for time.
And he was just some spy, man. He was just some spy. You're not even a political figure like that.
Because we know if anyone had done this to a European nation, they would be painted as Satan himself.
If that was Netanyahu,
Yeah.
if Iran had done that, Iran would be level.
Yeah. That's it. Hypocrisy, what point can I say? You know what I'm saying? You know?
No, they got no morality, man. You know, but that's because they weren't meant to have morality. The moral leaders
They're unreasonable.
are gonna be the Israelites because where our morality is gonna be grounded in the scriptures. So it's consistent. Everyone's gonna know what to expect. What's right or wrong will not change from day to day.
Yep.
It will be forever.
Stop.
Yeah. Amazing.
Job 20:5, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment.
Yeah, so you
You
can
can
say,
skip a bit out of that on my podcast.
That's fine.
oh, there's a verse above it.
You want to read up, yeah? Yeah, man.
I thought I was bugging, man. Bitch.
So Job 20, I'll start from verse 3. I've heard the check of my reproach and the spirit of my understanding.
Yo, bro, you can read it in the NGV, KGV. Is that not the KGV?
Yeah, KGB.
Yeah. This one. Just start from
From
here.
verse 4. Yeah. So like Job 20, verse 4.
See, I was bugging again. I'm thinking that's not what it says in the verse.
Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth? For the triumphing of the wicked is short.
Short, bro. Listen, man. Listen,
Tales all this time, as they say.
Bro,
It's-
the wicked man. Listen, we can bring it to the streets, bro. There's been plenty of kings in the streets, man. They have that hot year. They got that time when they're on top, then they become a footnote in history. But that's it. They either got whacked or they're in jail and they're done out here. Kingdoms have risen. Kingdoms. Exactly what you doing, man. That's crazy. Hey, it's strange from the room.
Exactly.
Terrorized.
Bro, I remember a couple of 2 years ago, man, when we used to do camp over there was just a Edomite who was beating up his mom. He said, hey, just beat hitting her. And she's just there.
His name Damien. Oh man, boy.
Yeah,
Six out there.
little Edomites, man. They ain't right.
Yeah, the triumphing of the wicked is short. It seems like Esau, he thinks he's been ruling forever, and that's gassed him up. But in the grand scheme of even this world, it's not that long.
Yeah.
Because the world's 11,000, just under 12,000 years old. This man's going on like he's been ruling for 12,000 years. That's how he's going on. Like he's the end all and be all of things. And your rulership is short. It's really coming to an end now. Man haven't realized it. They haven't realized that America's hegemony is on its way out. But it's not just America, because there ain't no Edomite hegemony after that. The scriptures call America the hindermost of the nations. After America, it's a wrap. There ain't no New World Order. I don't know when they come up there and told you that. But it ain't go. That's it. You're done.
Know more about World Order after either.
Now you're going to be, which is spooky. And I'm not even going to lie to you. It's spooky. Now you're going to be under the authority of the men of the Lord. And we hate you. Lord willing, we're of that men.
You're back judgment.
We hate you, man. And there's nothing more spooky than a man that hates you being in authority over you. Because we're not going to afford you no discretion,
Mercy.
no mercy, no discretion. You about to go through it.
Grab something. This is Ezekiel 25. I'm going to start from verse 12. It says, thus saith the Lord power, because that Edom hath dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and hath greatly offended, and revenged himself upon them. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and I'll make it desolate from Teman, and thereof Dedan shall fall by the sword.
That's going to manifest on America. And ultimately, the Lord is going to destroy America with holy fire and nuclear fire. All 3,000 square miles. Kaboom.
It says, and I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord.
So it's just bare beatings and discomfort, man. That's what you're about to get. Bare beatings and discomfort, no chiropractor. It's going to be bad. Back pain, everything. Every type of pain. Joint pain, back pain, headaches.
You know, I was just thinking, you know how Eve will try to have like a super soldier program, turn off certain emotions so that they can do stuff. The Lord is going to do that to us, man, right? Because there are certain things in the kingdom, right, in terms of judgment, that on this side, look, you can't really imagine, like,
Get used to it.
but I was saying, the Lord is going, you know.
Yeah, we ain't going to give a damn. We ain't going to have no empathy. And you know what? Every day that you mess with us, that's really what's happening. They ain't no empathy for you, devil. Even your children, look at them little devils, man. Devils, man. Because they be fucking with my children.
But this is what the scriptures say, right? Because you showed us no mercy, you showed us no pity, no nothing, right? You ain't gonna receive that. You're gonna want it just like we wanted it. We desperately fucking wanted it, man, for sure. But now the roles are gonna reverse and change in our favor.
And you ain't going to be able to grandstand and hide behind authority because you ain't going to have no authority.
Yeah,
In the kingdom of heaven, you ain't going to have no, you're going to be like a I don't even know what to say, but exposed. You're going to be exposed, vulnerable. You're going to be vulnerable, man. You're going to go from standing up there like, you got no system, no infrastructure, no nothing
mighty
behind
men,
you.
nothing.
No white supremacy, no nothing. Just pure like vulnerability and pits. And it's gonna be a sad one. And it's really, really happening now. You like your best time. You peaked already. Now you're actually going down, and this thing could happen like by next year. You could be in them pits, boy.
Because you say late Esau bear. Yeah, you're just gonna be open, bro, exposed.
Bro. Exposed.
That's ain't quick.
Because we're gonna have the same authority you have now, where you could just say shit and it gets done, but we're gonna do it in righteousness. We're not gonna do evil in terms of what is against the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. But when we say to a man, take this guy's arms off here, your arms are coming off, bro.
Yeah.
Expeditiously.
And the Lord's going to allow us to see each individual crime that these Edomites have done,
So we could punish adequately.
yeah, you know, because it's because it's like there are a lot of Edomites, man, that have just done madness and have just seemingly skated away into obscurity.
That's what they
the crime, the punishment has to fit the crime. And this is why the Most High has allowed you to do so much wickedness, because the judgment the Lord's bringing upon America against the Edomites is so fucking great, so grand, right? It's beyond anything that the world's ever seen, right? Because the punishment has to fit the crime. The Lord is about balance, right? So when when you're in a court, or when you're in front of us now to receive judgment, it's gonna fit. Everything's gonna be justified.
It reminds me of a Stars P lyric when he was like, "Give a fuck, you should chill, nigga." Chilled, man. He was doing the most. Like now you have to pay for it, man.
Yeah. So it's going to be completely justified, the judgment we're going to bring upon you, as crazy as it's going to be, as evil as it's going to sound.
Yeah.
It's going to be completely just. There's no complaining.
Well, not you. You're fake victim playing, man.
The Lord said to us, why are we complaining? After all the things that we've done, we went into the hands of our enemies. Why are we complaining? You know what we did.
Yeah.
You know.
It's like, the preset, when someone first comes into this thing, right, Lord brings someone into this thing, rather, right, come across it, Psalms 137, that's that little ones against the stones, right, first, like, oh,
Sounds sensational, bro. It sounds crazy. And you watch that? What's that? I've got it indoors, man. That slave movie.
I know what you're talking about. The one where
The one, is it
Hey,
Hate
Jingle?
something? No. It's like a green box. It's like a green box. But yeah, the dude, just runs up in the house, just slams the baby against the wall. And it's crazy, bro. But
That's what you did.
that's out of the scriptures, bro.
feeding people,
Yeah.
our people to
Exactly.
dogs, man.
When you start like really looking at the things Esau did, that's why one thing I got to say I really liked about Django and the way that they told that story, because certain of the slave movies were a lot of people would watch it and it'll tense up and it wouldn't hit them. What I liked about Django is it will be like humorous, and then some real shit would happen.
Yeah, like the scene with the slave that was running,
Yeah,
and the man fed him to the dogs.
Yeah, like you cut straight in, so it's like kind of would catch people off guard, because that's the problem with people in this world, man. As soon as things get serious, they shut off. They don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
With a lot of our people as well. It was a lot of our people that were saying, why do they keep making slave movies?
But the Lord's got to rouse up somewhere to remind you of these things, that Esau's the devil.
They're gonna get some fresh killing now.
Yeah.
Can I just read this quick?
Yeah.
It's in James chapter 2, verse 13. But he shall have judgment without mercy, that have showed no mercy, and mercy rejoiceth against judgment. Right? So that's the sort of position we're going to be in, man. You're not going to have no mercy because you're going to be facing judgment. When judgment comes, how can you have mercy in a time of judgment? All the law has to be executed. Wherever the judgment is, has to be done. Right? That's the wrong time. That's why the law gives you time to repent. Right? If you're actually, remorseful and that, then you repent, right? He still don't repent. He can't repent.
He doubled down.
He doubled down because he's supposed to. He's the devil. He's the wicked. Because he can't repent, so he might as well. Right? But when the judgment comes now, what can be said? What can be said? It's done.
This is the book of Baruch 4 and myself from 30. Take a good heart, O Jerusalem, for he that gave thee that name will comfort thee.
Comfort Israel. Right? The sons of Jacob. Yep.
Miserable are they that afflicted thee, and rejoice at thy fall. Miserable are the cities which thy children served. Miserable is she that received thy sons.
So that really represents the entire earth, because our people are scattered throughout even in Iran. Right now in Iran, you're gonna have Jake in Iran catching hell under the curses, and they're gonna look like they're gonna look Iranian. Because our people are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. So our people have been swallowed up among all the heathen and have suffered there.
Yep.
So all these nations, they have to suffer too. That's why they're getting bombed up and destroyed too.
Yep. Because I was going to say this, man, because we're the Lord's treasure, right? And the scripture speaks about the treasure in the house of wickedness, right? Because they've been scattered around everywhere. Everyone's had to take a piece from us, right? So we're like a curse unto them because they still have us in their possession. So John's going to come upon all of them.
When you're saying, I was thinking about when the Canaanites took the Ark of the Covenant, they started getting hemorrhoids and all of that sort of stuff.
Yeah. So we're like a curse unto them for doing what they did unto us. Because really, they should have let us go.
But the Bible said the wicked is snared by the workings of his own hand.
That's it.
They ain't got no one to blame. So the Bible said, "What thou shouldest not have."
Yeah. It's only bad news for you.
You did it, man. You did it boldly and proudly. And guess what? A lot of you are still being like Matt Walsh did that documentary, man. And try to double down. Oh, it was better. It was better that you came to America and all this stuff. Man. Oh yeah, you're right. We weren't better for you. That's what I do know. Because
We're going to tell you how great it is, though, in the kingdom. This slavery's great for you. It's great for your character. Yeah.
A piece of base.
It will teach you mental toughness,
Make Edomites work again. The brothers still gonna want rum, so we was sending them over to the islands anyway. Oh, get them man chopping sugar cane.
Yeah, no, but bro, it's like when you look at a lot of the rum houses, right? All of the estates, all of the big names, all Edomites. Yeah. Right? Captain Morgan, Appleton Estate.
We love it. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're gonna have them look.
Edomites can still sail the seas.
Yeah, we're gonna put them over there, man, over there, man. Just cutting sugarcane in the heat. Man, love rum, especially Benjamin.
Yeah.
Hey, Benjamin loved the rum too much. You know them ones, but too much alcoholism. So we drink it moderately. You know what I mean? But we love it still.
Because you want to say, for and she rejoiced at thy ruin, and was glad of thy fall. So shall she be grieved for her own desolation.
There you go.
And that's what the book of Obadiah is about. When you go into that.
They're going to listen, America, the pride of America. They're going to get turned into a desert. And the worst thing is, they're the ones that were always talking about turning other places into parking lots. You're going to be the chariot parking lot. Your thing is going to be the parking lot, for real. It's just beautiful. It's just your own evil, your own wickedness turning on your own head. That's it. We still got Psalm 144.
I said the Lord, you know, irony, isn't it? The Lord loves irony, bro.
Because they remember, they used to say, oh, we're turning it all into a glass parking lot and all that. Bro, like, you inhumane demon, man.
But they always boast about their firepower, but then now one with more fire, more power.
You know, as these other nations look weak to you, you're going to look weak to the Lord, man.
Yeah.
So they're going to be
Hey, arrogance, man.
I don't become as weak as we. Like, you're going to be inferior.
Arrogance. You know, arrogance, yeah. It's the worst disease. Arrogance is a mother. Arrogance is always, it's guaranteed to make a man, even if you look at it in sport, you look at it, when a man fails to prepare, why? Arrogance. You see, so even in the workplace, people get complacent. Arrogance. You know what I'm saying? I've seen a man fall simply because, bro, you're being arrogant. You're not taking time. You're not taking care. You're not being humble to do what you know you're supposed to do. That's Esau. Arrogance is Esau's end, and that's why the Bible says before destruction, the heart of men is haughty. It's a known fact that when people get things going their own way, they usually fall victim to arrogance. You just think that, okay, I can't be taken down. I got it all figured out. When you feel humble, you go, okay, let me just make sure. Oh yeah, arrogance. Man.
That was like from time Bose was saying how basically he was several times that guy almost hit something, ran reds. Something should have been like, you know, those ones when you do something risky and you get away with it, you're like, oh, shit, I should probably stop. That was, you know, it was one time I was cycling fast and I clipped something. I was like, oh, he was like, oh, maybe just chill. I should chill.
It's arrogance, man. Arrogance, underestimating things because you're overestimating yourself. Arrogance is a motherfucker. It's like a disease. Once the Most High put arrogance in your heart, you're already cooked. You're on a timer before you go down. It's and you usually reach peak arrogance at the same time when you're gonna go down. And then promotion is the other way. Promotion, you normally reach peak humility, which is us, where the elect and Esau is going in a completely different direction. The elect are humbled and understanding that everything is the will of the Lord. Esau's pride is in the other direction. He's thinking he's God. He's like, I don't even need to do a proper military plan. I just you know what I mean? I just listen, man. These guys are just, what they gonna do? It's always like that. And the arrogance always, we talk about boxing all the time, but many a man have been the better fighter, have lost the fight because of arrogance. And it's hard to fight, you know? And it's like, who am I fighting? How many men get beat up by a guy that was supposed to be a jobber? The guy's supposed to be a jobber. But that guy on the other side, humble. He knows he's fighting the champion. So he's being fully prepared. Meanwhile, you're over there in the back of your mind thinking,
I will never lose to a white boy.
Yeah, okay.
But he don't know it's some white man and Jake. He don't know.
But even if it's not, you can lose.
Yeah.
Even an Edomite could beat you up if you don't.
Yeah, but he didn't think he could be better than him. You know what I'm saying? So, just because he's white, but there's Jake out there.
You
still,
can lose to someone that's not better than you.
Yeah.
This is the way the arrogance is. You fail to prepare, you prepare to fail. But usually when a guy fails to prepare because of arrogance, it's because you think you just
enough.
You got it. You got it enough. That guy ain't nothing. It happens all the time. People get beat by other people that you're really more talented. You really are the better man. You're just fucking arrogant. And your arrogance you cut corners. And them corners you cut led to your destruction. And Esau's the same thing. The arrogance of this man is people don't realize how arrogant they are. They're extremely proud, extremely arrogant. They don't think that they're gonna fail.
Because even when you listen to these Iranians, they're talking that sort of humble type of way. Like they might beef with them, but you just listen to American people, man, like, oh, we're gonna do this and do that, and
Because their currency is arrogance. They want to hear the arrogant talk.
yeah,
They want to hear
Wrestle-
you come out and
WrestleMania,
talk,
yeah.
man. They love Trump because Trump talks proudly. Oh, in fact,
it
look at,
sounds strong.
look at the
Yeah.
cadence of everything he says. Oh, it's the great. Everything he describes is the greatest.
Great adjectives.
Everything. He never says anything in a humble way. If he does something, it's the greatest ever. Man cook an egg. Oh, it's the greatest egg from the greatest chickens. You're like, God damn, man, nigga, like, you're gonna be humble about anything? But they love it. Oh yeah, he's just saying it like it is just big. No, he's not. Even if it's not the greatest, he's saying it's the greatest because it's what you want to hear because you got a proud look, you got a proud mindset and a low IQ. So you're like, oh yeah, like he's a car salesman. Oh, this is the fastest car in the world. Like okay, like, it's all arrogance, man, and they love it. They love arrogance, except when a Jake is doing it, then they don't like arrogance. You know what I mean? But when it's an Edomite, they love being arrogant. We're the greatest nation in the world. We're the strongest military. Our military is so strong, so fast, so. Come on, man.
Ecclesiastes 9 and 11.
But many a strong military have been defeated, bro.
Ask the
Many-
per- ask the old person.
Many a mighty man have been defeated. Even Saul was a mighty man. He was defeated in war. Many a mighty man have been defeated. Goliath was a mighty man. Many a mighty, the scripture tell you that. Many a mighty man have fallen, bro.
And that's the thing, with Goliath, the odds was in his favor. The odds were heavy favorite. Just like America is supposed to be heavy favorite, but look, they're struggling, they're having issues, problems.
But then guess what? They're supposed to be the favorite. But then when you look closely at the details, you start seeing that they've been making mistakes. Certain things they've been developing is more towards the show than what the reality is because of arrogance. I'll just throw money at it. I'll just throw money. I'll just do that because we're the biggest anyway. And now you're starting to I listen to these military strategists, they be like, actually, these man didn't spend as much money, but that shit's actually kind of that works.
Well, yeah, because they've even had to copy the whole shathead type thing, American. So
Because arrogance leads to complacency.
Yeah.
And you take everything for granted and you just think it's a given. It happens all the time, bro. We could come up with loads of instances. Teams have fallen off through complacency.
but
They didn't think they needed to bring in the fresh blood. They forgot about all that. Then they lose. They eventually lose. They
Shalom,
eventually
Malcolm,
go
yeah.
down.
shit.
Arrogance is not a good thing, bro. That's why even as being in this truth, you try and stay away from arrogance.
Yeah.
You try and stay away from. You got these guys running around Judah and all. We're not here to be arrogant about who and what we are. You gotta stay humble, huh? Stay humble.
Yahushua, he knew he was the king. He knew he was the son of God. But he never went around portraying.
I'm from Judah and all this shit. Yeah, what does that mean? We still went into slavery. So stay humble. You see the point? Even though we're as great as we are as Israelites, well, we're not in slavery. So what does it really mean at the end of the day? You gotta stay balanced there. Because that doesn't mean you're guaranteed anything.
Got this? Ecclesiastes 9 from 11. It says, I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches to men of understanding, nor yet favor to men of skill, but time and chance happen to them all.
I'll give you an example, man. I remember like back in the day, man, I was swift as the ropes. I was fast. This brother know me. But I was hella arrogant. Because you know what happens when I was naturally fast. So it's like you get that arrogance. Because most people you meet, you're faster than. And I remember like one guy told me, it's like, yo, bro, you know you can actually be fast
Right.
if you actually train. And I just looked at him, what the fuck is this guy talking about? I'll dust you. Yeah. But he was right, man, because when I actually bucked up upon man that actually trained, I was getting dusted out here. Because that's not the average, but again, it's arrogance. It's arrogance, man. Arrogance can destroy you, man, in your life. Arrogance will have you out there drinking alcohol because you're young. You're arrogant. It's arrogance. You just think, yeah, I could do it because I'm young. So you drink all the alcohol. By the time you're 30, your joints are falling apart. Why was you drinking all the alcohol and destroying your bed? Because you thought that he was a god, man. You thought he was gonna be young forever. And when man tried to tell you, yo, bro, you shouldn't really be doing that because no, like, I'm all right. Arrogance. And then it leads to your downfall.
Yeah, I say it's like that's one of the things, being in this thing of ours, one of the experiences that I've had in terms of like that concept of arrogance. Like the Lord will use someone in the world to say something. And mine's like, it's someone in the world. But actually sometimes the Lord is using that person to tell you something you need to hit.
You gotta be meek. That's why the Bible talks about the meek shall inherit the earth. That's what it means to be humble, to be meek, man. But Esau is the opposite of that. They're extremely arrogant. Just the way they dismiss people as third world is arrogant. It's all arrogance. Their whole persona is based upon pride and arrogance and attributing to themselves characteristics that they don't actually have because of their arrogance. And they're gonna find we're gonna find out that you're not as enlightened as you thought you was, that you're not as smart as you thought you was, that you're not as wise and you weren't in control as much as you thought you was. Because they think they're in control. You're not in control. That's arrogance.
Grab this word. What I like this is hubris, right? So ask the robot, define hubris. It says hubris is a term. It says hubris is a term used to describe excessive pride, arrogance, or overconfidence, especially when someone believes they are superior to others or above normal limits or rules.
Is that the
forever war?
Yeah.
We could fight unlimited forever war.
And anyone could know that's not fucking true.
How would you even want
do that?
How would you want to fight? One would argue that if you were to enter into a war that is a forever, you're a moron.
If you start that war,
That's the lowest IQ thing. Like, why would you want to be in a forever war? Like, that's just stupid to even say. You know what I mean? But that's the level of arrogance to even let that come out of your mouth.
actually know IQ. You actually.
I mean, and there's a guy going, yeah, America, fuck yeah. This is what this guy talking about, man. Unlimited missiles.
Yeah. just looking at how long it takes to make those missiles as well.
Yeah.
Because it's what they're hoping to amp up production of. Is it the Patriot?
Yeah.
To like 800 a year. So then all of those salvos coming, those $50,000 drones, they're having to, which I've been Patriots are used for something else, Salakia. But so those are that, but those miss that battery's $1 to $2 billion for an entire battery, right? But then it's like all of the missiles take time to make. So it's not just a thing of just just flip the switch.
And that's cool. But you were crying not too long ago about man on EBT. You know what I'm saying? That's cool, but we got unlimited, so we could just fight a forever war. But you couldn't do the EBT and the welfare forever. Fuck. You know what I mean? These men, and they have to be studied, man. Have we got Psalm 144?
It will be a fucking story when we talk about in the kingdom, man. It's gonna be it's gonna blow your mind. Do you know what I mean? You're gonna hear them.
Blowing my mind right now. This Esau is Twilight Zone territory in terms of an individual. Like it is the Twilight Zone, man. You just watching the way people's psychology just twists and turns, man.
Makes no sense. I got something quick.
Even the Starmer guy, he was actually being quite reasonable. He was like, listen, man, I don't want to enter into a war unless we know what the objectives are and that the war is legal. The man said this guy a demon. Said this guy's a coward. I'm like, damn. They sound extremely reasonable. Man said, I need to know what the objectives are clearly. Because these men are giving about 50 different objectives. Yeah. Tell me what the objectives are for completing the war. And
also, guys there.
Yeah, is the war legal to begin with? That's completely reasonable. They did the newspapers, everyone just caning him. Oh, he's weak. Then I said, yo, bro, these men are in. I thought this was a civilized country. Britain's supposed to be civilized. Them men are just caning him. Like, I'm like, yo, man just said, is it legal, brother?
Exactly. No one cares. No.
Is it legal? Hey, I'm the objective? I said, no, you got to
know why?
Yeah.
Because the small might run newspapers.
just on it. And then this guy can't stand, but they want to get him up out of there anyway. They want to bring in more hardline strongmen that don't think. Because he's going to be a strongman to save Britain, make Britain great again. Is that, so you want man to just get up and go to war without thinking?
There's a I forget exactly how it goes.
You want him to just, say nothing, fam.
There's a saying about basically, because you got people that think that war should just be purely warriors and vice versa, but then the saying it's like then you get your wars fought by men you don't. I think it's a good saying.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. I just don't know how it goes exactly.
Let me try and find it. But yeah, you need on war. You need someone that's gonna think. Whenever they show you those old war rooms, right, it'll be the king, right, and his counselors. And they've got the map there. They're moving things. Yeah, but if we do this, right, then this is and their strategy.
But the worst thing is, he's not even doing that. The man's just saying, "Is it legal?"
Yeah, exactly.
Like before we even get to strategize, is it legal? And what are we trying to achieve? That's like before you even start strategizing, like just give me an answer. They said, "Fuck that, blood. You're meant to just rise up everything, right? Just jump into it."
Even though America's been fucking with Europe and UK and that.
Yeah,
Even if it's roles,
long ago they said they didn't need man. Like, oh, bro, the Esau, bro, it's like a reality TV show, man, for low IQ individuals. It's crazy.
Gotta get two quick ones.
Yeah.
Right. Sirach 10 and 7. Pride is hateful before God and man, and by both doth one commit iniquity.
Yeah, good. And Trump is the way he talks, which is fake, by the way. If you go back and trace Trump's cadence and the way he talks, it's a complete fabrication. He's a completely fabricated character. People don't change the way they talk like that. Like, for instance, like, who do we know? Like, Morgan Freeman. He's pretty much the same cadence and the way he talks for the whole time. That nigga's been old since we've been young. You know what I'm saying? You don't really see people like Tony Blair doesn't talk any different than when we first met him or Boris Johnson. This guy, Donald Trump, has changed the way he talks because they wanted to create this character. It's so beautiful. So all that cadence and all that stuff is fake. It's something that they've trained him. We want you to talk like this now because that's gonna appeal to the people. These are fake. No one changes like that.
The proof is Obama, because you have the guy that they actually said they got his cadence. Obama's
The train, Chicago trainers.
Yeah.
American burger. What you want? You want some ketchup with that? No, that's right. You want a hot dog? Hot dog, burger, American burger. that man, he's crazy. Hey, man. Hey, you need to bring Obama back, man. Obama was fucking, he was a character. Damn. That's what I do.
It's verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit. You saw, get what you're with that.
Corruption. And when you go, I'll put into ChatGPT to break that down even into further English, and that's what it says. It says basically, if you have a kingdom that is based upon deceit and corruption, it said in the ChatGPT. Let me see if I can find exactly what it said. It actually says it means it would inevitably fall, and that's what we're seeing. We're seeing a kingdom based upon lies, deceit.
But there's never been a king that's bucked that trend. Because there's no king. No kings are gone. The old world's gone. Right, and America's gonna go in the same vein, man. We're going the same way out.
That's all. When we come to rule, our kingdom is going to continue forever.
It's going to be based on truth.
This is the plain English meaning. It's saying that when a society or its rulers become corrupt, unjust, and dishonest, their power and nation will eventually be taken away and given to others. Unrighteous dealings, corruption, injustice, immoral behavior in leadership or society, injuries, oppression, exploitation, or harm done to people, riches got by deceit, wealth gained through fraud, corruption, or dishonesty. If this doesn't fit, then I don't know who Cinderella is. I can't find it. This has to fit. This shoe has to fit. This is the kingdom that we're talking about right now. A kingdom that is profuse with everything we just mentioned.
Once again, this whole war at the moment, they're profiting from all different ways they're profiting. Well, you will have some geezers in the
but not the American people.
but not the American people. They're the ones paying for the
Yeah,
profits.
Even in the stock market, the insiders are making a killing.
Because the market hasn't moved in the way that it's supposed to have moved.
Yeah,
If
at
it
first it pumped.
Yeah.
Remember, it pumped, it dumped, and then pumped.
Yep, and then
And then-
silver crashed.
Yeah.
Silver and gold crash, and those are all things that aren't it's not supposed to be that. When this time of uncertainty, people move to safe haven assets like gold and silver.
Yeah, it's
So
manipulation.
you know. But I've got that saying. So the saying goes: the society that separates its scholars from its warriors will have its thinking done by cowards, and its fighting done by fools.
Yep, there you go. You're supposed to be balanced, man. Like Solomon, balanced. David went on four. But right now, they're all scammers. That's what they are. Scammers and demons and liars, man. All right? Go on.
What I was about to say, because the Warriors in this day and age, they're not trained to think.
Yes,
They're trained to take orders, right? And you've got some elitists, men up in there like giving the orders or whatever.
To the point
Like,
where
Warriors meant to have
Yeah.
some smarts about it, ain't just meant to be some grunt.
Yeah.
So
Well, to be honest, they don't. The grunts don't make the decisions. The generals do strategize. Because to be an officer and a general, you have got to be intelligent. But that doesn't mean that you will be listened to. Because if they say that you're going into Iran, the generals have said this is not a good idea. They're still still have to do it because the commander in chief is telling you your whatever. Listen, this is what needs to be done. But there's guys that generals that come out and said we run the war games and this isn't a good idea, bro. This is Afghan man said this is the worst part of Afghanistan. Man.
scared.
This is worse than Vietnam because they never won the Vietnam War. The war was no way to win it. Them niggas was in the jungle. Them niggas was underground tunnels.
Yeah. And when you look at you share the terrain of Tehran, of the terrain of
Okay.
Iran. It's that's what even in what was that film with Tom Cruise, man? Top Gun, where they're showing you obviously Iran, but it's like you've seen what they're basically showing what they would have to do to pull off the maneuver. And it was like bare mountains, and they go, you're gonna have a ground war in that.
It looked like an alien world, man. When I see it, I said, "Yo, that's it, man, bro."
Yeah.
They want man to trek. Man's gonna be tired just getting up them hills, bro.
But
Exoskeletons.
and even the soldiers that supposedly got killed, the four of them that those were warriors. They ain't doing a ground war in America in Iran.
Them generals know, but they're gonna have to do what they got to do. When they get an order from their commander in chief, the strong man, they gotta do it.
But again, verse 8 says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by the kingdom is translated from one people to another. I just want to get the 21st verse as well. It says, the fear of the Lord goeth before the obtaining of authority, right? But roughness and pride is the losing thereof.
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
What is it?
Roughness, yeah.
What's that? Roughness and pride. That's how it's going. Esau peaked, man. He peaked, man. The pride is too much, man. They're trying to do too much. All this mark of the beast thing is too much, man. Yeah, it's too much, man. Like, think of it, man. You want to own everything. You want to chip everything. You're doing too much. It's not necessary.
Something. What type of verse?
10 and 21.
This plan, what Esau has, it's too much for a man to even think of achieving these type of lofty ideas. So yo, my nigga, just chill, run the thing, get some tribute, and eat shawarma and some pita bread and hummus. Life is simple. Why we gotta be worrying about chipping and counting man's breaths and the oxygen in his lungs and what are we doing here, man? Yeah, the data center. What's that? Why? None of that's necessary, bro. But we need to track everyone and make sure that. Really?
Too much.
You're doing too much, man. You have to literally mind control everyone. Bro, if you're a real ruler, you ain't gotta do all that. Shit just works.
So you don't have real power.
Yeah, it's just crazy, bro. You're insane.
It actually doesn't have. No, it doesn't have. No, it doesn't have verse 21.
Oh,
That's 20 and 22, but no 21.
what?
I looked in both in a different site, but as well.
I just wanted to know what you mean by
Yeah.
roughness. If it was, but it's all right.
Well, find out what it is in the dictionary. Yeah.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, you could just copy and paste it into the verse into ChatGPT. And it might plain the English it, and you'll look up the root words and all that stuff. Yeah, man, Esau is definitely about to go down. You can smell it. You can smell the destruction.
I'll go quicker.
Yeah, go on.
It's a book of Ecclesiasticus 10 and the we start from 3. It says, an unwise king destroys his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited.
Right. If Esau was a wise king, he would have respected Yahweh Hashem Yahushai and established his word. That's the basis of it. I don't care about your fucking technology. Yeah, I don't care about your IQ. The true wisdom is the fear of the Lord. And if you fear the Lord, you respect his word. And you establish his word. And the minute you didn't do that, it was always cooked. It was always cooked. It don't matter about what your technology you got and how many inventions you had, in your mobile phones and your iPhones and your data centers. None of that matters once you disregard the word of the Lord. You're already cooked. You've gone off the reservation. You're on the path to destruction. Welcome.
In Ecclesiasticus 10:21, the word roughness refers to harsh, aggressive, or abusive behavior towards others.
There you go. You become what? A tyrannical. That's what you see in Esau police state tyranny. You don't have to be like that to be a ruler.
It's like there was another phrase that I came across, which was the tyranny that Athens imposed on others, it eventually imposed on itself.
Yeah, that's what that guy keeps breaking down.
Oh, okay.
The new Moabite savant.
Oh,
the sage.
Professor.
Yeah, the Moabite sage, blood. He be going in, blood. He be going in. Yeah, that he was breaking down that history of how the Athenians went around and they were bullying everyone else, but eventually all that bullying came back home. Yeah, can't see. So these brothers are sage too. But it's true. You become cruel. You become and you shouldn't be. You shouldn't need to be cruel. No, don't get it wrong. If you're a ruler, there's judgment, but then there's mercy. There's compassion.
It's fair judgment,
there's
yeah.
empathy. These are things that make a good ruler. You gotta know how to balance it. You can't be all like let everyone. It's like when you're a parent. As a parent, people don't understand that you can't come down with pure fire and brimstone and be super rigid on a child, because the child's just gonna end up fucking hating.
Yeah.
Everything's just gonna be toxic here. It's true. I see man like that. I know certain man that the way they parent their child, they just turn up to beat them. They don't even spend time with the youth. Man just literally turn up when it's time to beat them and they ignore them all the rest of the time.
Got a quick one.
No, bro, it's a balance. Sometimes you got to go have an interaction with them that doesn't involve punching them up, blood. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? But you only know how to be harsh. You don't know how to show the other side, the compassion, the love, the empathy. So that child's just gonna grow up imbalanced.
Yeah. Sirach 4:30. Be not as a lion in thy house, nor frantic among thy servants.
Right. So it's not about being a wimp, a pushover, right? But it's not all about being some dragon either. There's a balance in that regard, and it's the same thing when you're being a ruler. When you're being a ruler, there's a balance to how you treat the people. You can have empathy, you can have compassion and understanding, but then you can have judgment. You understand? But Esau, he wants to just go with a rah-rah thing. He wants to be the dragon. He wants to come with the police state. What they call it? What did my man say? Imagine a boot on the neck of mankind forever. Aldous Huxley. That's what he wants to do. You don't need to be like that. You can be feared and loved. Esau just wants to be feared with some fake love. And that's why the scripture said, when the righteous rule, the people rejoice. But when the wicked rule, they mourn, because the wicked rulers inevitably always turn into demonic, oppressive tyrants that just want to just want to smash people. I want to smash. Yeah, I smash you. That's Esau. That's Esau. Is that not what we're seeing? Do we not see like man beating people up, shooting up people, police states and it's gonna get worse. We see it's gonna get worse. ICE just turning up, slam dunk a man to the for what? What did man do? He's illegal. Illegal where? On earth.
And yeah, I thought if someone's from is overstaying, you just send them back. Why are they in detention center?
British, man. Yeah, but that's what sending your military out in the world. You become more like because you're trying to oppress people.
And but that's one of the things as well. One of those Iranian men said, he was basically saying how, look, man, there were certain people of our people who don't remember what you did when you overthrew. You did this revolution, but now you've given them something new.
Yeah. To see what you're
see what you're on.
Yeah, you're not a benevolent ruler. You only know how to oppress and destroy people and do evil, and you're getting worse. That's why the scripture said, "The devil shall come down on you, having great wrath." That if you have quite a short time. Roughness, and what did it say? Roughness and pride. That's all you got because you think the only thing you can rely on is might. But a true ruler don't just rule through might. Yeah, you got might, but people respect you for more than that. You know what I'm saying? You could gain a respect here without the respect only coming from the fact that I can murder man. And they did an experiment like that with the chimpanzees. It's the third world chimps. But they did an experiment watching how chimps interact. And you got two types of leaders as chimps. You get the strong man, the strong chimp that just rules with an iron fist, yeah. So anyone violates is just gonna get match up out here, yeah. And man don't care about nothing else. It's just you listen to me, rah rah rah. I'm the head chimp. Then you get the other chimp. Then you get the other chimp that ruled with a balance of not only was he strong, but he would also do a lot of grooming. And team building exercises and all that stuff. And they said the difference was when the strong chimp showed any sign of weakness, like they ate a piece of fruit that happened to make him drunk. You can get naturally drunk fermented fruit, and he gets that little bit of weakness, or he has a fight and he comes off a little bit worse for wear for the fight. He won the fight, but he said, bro, the next man underneath is onto man. And they'll rip him to shreds. They're just waiting for that moment where he shows that weakness. They don't like him because he just thought that he could rule with this iron rod. Whereas the chimp that was grooming everyone, he's still strong and he still ruled. He would beat people, but he's strong, but he would also groom them because they loved him. When he showed weakness, they'd fight for him. You see the difference? Because they have love and respect as well as fear. It's a balance. Esau's trying to just do the iron monkey thing, the demonic monkey thing, and he's gonna fail
because it sounds like the other monkey plays a greater role in their thing than just the one that
Yeah, just trying to be the asshole. He's just the asshole, man, and that's what pride does. Pride does that, man. Pride makes you think that you're the man. Oh, I'm just going around and just be a demon and be a bully. That's what Esau is. He's just a bully. But the bully is about to get bullied. And when the weakness comes out in a bully, everyone piles on. And in a way, that's what's going to happen to America. America is going to look weak, and they're already looking weak. And did I tell a man from the Venezuela thing when we had that conversation? I said, bro, you see this thing that they done in Venezuela? It looks, to the layman, it looks like America's strong, but to the military minds of the other nations, what you just did was like just a showcase of that you're actually weak. You're actually weak. You're not projecting strength. You're projecting weakness. You're doing the most. You know when a bully just starts moving mad, like trying to make everyone think he's big. Hold me back. Yeah, but when you look at it, it's like, well, you didn't conquer that nation. You just spent a whole bunch of money to achieve what? If you wanted their oil, you could have done that anyway. You could have just lifted the sanctions and said, let's do business. Why did you do all the bravado and all that shit? Because really, you're weak. And then you started talking about Greenland and all this shit and all that. It's like, this man looking crazy.
Backtrack on that.
Now this Iran thing, bro, don't even from China and Russia looking at that like, hold on. These man ain't no...
Even
the whole
people.
Yeah.
Bro, the dude's arm got snapped, bro.
What?
The Marine.
Yeah.
What happened? Where?
Like, in front of the remember in it, like.
Oh, that guy. Oh, they snapped his arm.
Bro,
What, in the video?
yeah, bro, you actually hear
Shit.
it. You
Oh,
hear it.
shit.
You hear it, bro.
And he didn't want to.
Bro, and you know what?
That's
I
that
can't lie.
roughness. That's that
Yeah,
roughness
yeah,
he was just talking about.
Yeah. And he's raw, man. Because he's down broke, but he firmed it. He was still saying his message like that.
That adrenaline, man.
Yeah, bro.
He wasn't fighting nobody.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? He just said he had to say it, and these men were attacking him.
bro.
Bro, America's looking weak right now. In fact, there's never been a better time to fight America. So, oh shit, like them man ain't, and then that's why they're coming out the TV every day and making it like we've won yesterday or something. You know what I mean?
Bro.
That's what I'm looking at this like, hold on.
You said-
These men are talking about Cuba as well, right?
Who's
Yeah,
your
yeah,
friend?
Cuba-
Even America's friends ain't as hesitant really to help them.
Spain.
Because you just spent
Yeah.
the last 6 months disrespecting.
Their mother should be ashamed.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, I don't know what's going on, blood.
Now you're beggy or like, yeah.
I ain't gonna run to your age because you said, man, jump. You know, jump. What do you mean?
Well, I heard saying that because it's funny that they haven't actually done Article 5 yet. They haven't submitted Article 5. It's crazy. It's dumb. Anyway,
This is Revelation 17 and 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate, naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her
But you
with
can see,
fire.
you can see how the way America's been treating these nations, how they now they're even like they're hesitant to help. It's like, because you've been fucking them around,
you're bullied.
treating them like
Ooh.
shit. So it's like,
You're not
no,
loved.
no.
You were never loved. You were fair. And there's a difference. And when that fair is gone, what do you have left? That happens to a lot of people, man. Even as we even when we talk about the parents thing, there's a lot of men that abuse their kids, and the kids are scared of them. But because they never show no love to the kids, when they get older and they're an old man, and now your kids are big, they don't give a fuck about you no more. They're like, bro, you can't scare me.
Yeah.
Like, and they just leave you on your own to die, bro. It happens
Yeah,
because you was abusive. You were abusive, and you thought you was always gonna be
yeah.
like.
Yeah.
But hey, everyone gets old,
Yeah.
man.
And sometimes some kids go left and do some wicked shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Fucking
it's
shit up,
off,
man.
but Rampage Jackson told the story of his father. Like, he said his father, you know, James, whatever. He said his father used to abuse, like, no love, whatever. He said, when he got certain age, tried it, he got, wow. Now it's off. It's off.
It's off, man. But
You know,
it's the world, man.
yeah.
But
man.
that's why
Man in the world.
you gotta be careful how you treat people, bro. You don't be a fucking a demon, man, a tyrant, man. No need for it.
I'll go. It says, for the Most High put it in their hearts to fulfill his will and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, unto the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled.
So they were going along with the whole agenda, but there's gonna come a time, and it might not be now, but it will come where they're going to turn on America. They might even enter the war on American side.
Yeah.
Don't mean you have to stay on American side.
Yeah.
And
Italy
you know,
should.
and then Italy
Yeah.
shows you that perfectly.
But Italy switched bandana
3
like,
times.
5 times.
That must be confusing as fuck on the back.
Oh,
Friend or foe? Yeah, what you today? You know what I mean?
Italy's a dumb
diabolical
blonde.
stuff.
Yeah.
Dumb blonde.
It's like no backbone. No backbone.
That's diabolical stuff.
Yeah.
The French get a bad rapping it for being cowards or whatever. That's the worst.
Yeah, but you know what? That as well ties in with shameful spirit, because like the way you bullied everyone, it's insufferable. Like, and now it just doesn't even make sense. Like from a logical standpoint, it's like, why not do business thing? So even as nigga, the real Rick Ross, Freeway Rick Ross. One time I saw him say like an interview, like obviously he's an agent, we don't know set up whatever, but just on the face value, he was like, one of the reasons why like he didn't really get into gang wars and shit during when he was selling the drugs, because he realized it's easier to do business with your friends than with fucking enemies. It's, you know what I'm saying? So you actually benefit. Like Babylon and Esau in general, they can have riches and wealth and still just have
They have enough.
That's Habakkuk, though.
Yeah, that's Habakkuk.
Yeah, it cannot be satisfied.
We just read it. The roughness.
Yeah.
Read that again. Read it the one you had before, because that breaks down what you're saying. We were just breaking it down. We looked up the word roughness.
In the car.
Okay, you spying it out.
Yeah, again, back in Sirach 10 and 21, says the fear of the Lord goeth before the obtaining of authority, but roughness and pride is the losing thereof.
Yeah, roughness. You know, that's that bully boy mentality. Like, I could do what I want and start violating.
Well, even though ultimately the spirit got taken away from him, but we saw that a bit with Saul. You know, in his last stages, like you could see when you read in between the lines of the scriptures, everyone started getting like fucking like pissed off with this guy. Like, this guy is just unreasonable. Like you can't deal with him. You know what I mean? He's becoming a tyrant.
That's it.
You know, which is what the Lord told Israel was happening.
That's what happens to Marino.
Yeah.
Most clubs he goes to,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
he starts moving mad,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
and then like I was like, listen, this guy's got to go, man.
Yeah.
He's moving insane. Like.
You know, even for someone that's a hero, they say if you stay too long, you become a villain. So,
Wenger.
Wenger, but I was for curses with him.
But you know what, man? I heard something the other day about Wenger about the only reason you man got the Emirates Stadium because he signed on. So blood, he put respect on Wenger.
Villain, hero that became a villain.
That champagne football. But anyway, that's all. Right, stuff. Well done, though.
Psalms 144 from 7. Send thine hand from above, rid me and deliver me of great water. Salah, we start again. Send thine hand from above, rid me and deliver me out of great waters, from the hand of strange children.
Yeah, we already broke down who that strange children is. It's Esau. He's strange in every way. He's foreign. You got foreign gods. You got foreign ways. You know, every foul thing. Man, there's Edomites that's tattooed their whole face like a lizard, man, and cut their tongue. These men are strange. They kiss their dogs. They like yeah.
No, as in like you be seeing certain like the ones where they're tonguing the dog. It's like
yeah, they're strange, man. They're strange people. Like, they be doing strange things, man. You know, strange rites and rituals, man. You know, you don't want to be in a football team with all Edomites, but they're gonna be doing freakiness.
Oh, like for instance, like I was hearing a story about like a rugby in England, and basically the guy was saying, yeah, the geezer was Irish, and was basically saying how in English rugby, like it's just normal for you to have nakedness, or it's normal for if you want to play, you got to suck a man off to play, and that's yeah. He was saying in rugby in English uni.
You can't just say shit like that.
Sorry.
You can't just say shit like that.
Sorry. No, but I was these Edomites are lewd, didn't it? So like, sorry.
No, that's all right, bro.
That's all right. It's just a bit much, isn't it? Like,
Sorry.
the way you dropped it was, I didn't think that's where you was going. Yeah, I didn't think that's where you was going. He said it's normal to blow rods.
But that's what the guy was saying. He was legit saying like, if you're playing rugby at uni in England, that is normal.
Yo, that's crazy.
Shit,
that rugby tough man act is
Yeah, but you know what?
but
That Welsh captain didn't he come out as gay and did some transgender thing? Like, the Welsh captain, you know I forgot his name, but he was like a Welsh captain, and then he came out as gay.
Yeah, man, a lot of them are lewd, bro.
They're lewd.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They'll be the ones that'll come into the uni bar dressed as women.
Yeah.
With would you call it?
We'll see them on a lads' night out.
Lads' night out.
It was the rugby man that was drinking out that man's cup.
Yeah.
Oh, the ball cup.
Yeah, the ball cup thing. Yeah, boy,
That's
come to think about it.
And they're meant to be more manly, right? Because you know they get the footballers.
They're not coming to say I'm comfortable with my sexuality.
Yeah,
It's too comfortable.
that sounds like an excuse.
That's way too comfortable. This is playing rods, man. You supposed to be uncomfortable.
Like a ball cup.
Like my man's son.
Who?
What you sent me the video?
Oh yeah.
What was his name?
It was a video like on social media. Yeah.
No, but you know the guy. What's his name?
Ninja Man, son.
Yeah, Ninja Man.
Yeah.
Was it Ninja Man?
Yeah, son.
No, it was Buju Banton. No, not Buju Banton. Yeah. Boom bye bye, innit? Buju Banton.
Yeah.
Ninja Man has got a gay son as well, though. But he's got like 30 kids, son. One of them, man. Got a gay son.
Yeah.
And the man said he was thinking about
But
it.
he was thinking about it. It's like, I mean, how long was you thinking about it? Shit.
Hey, she was trying to get man. She was wanting to know details. Man. There you go.
This is the book of Habakkuk 2 and 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith.
That's right. We're supposed to be a people of faith that believe in the power of the Lord. The Edomites believe in the power of their forever warm. God's
Their sword.
That's what they believe, and then they try to throw some religious stuff in there. We know they don't believe in Lord Jesus Christ coming by. They're just saying all this, man. They don't believe that, man. These men don't want a Messiah. That's just talk. What they really believe in is hard metal.
Well, this is the thing. This can't be a conflict about ideologies and religion and stuff like that, because there's so much shit going on in America that needs to be addressed. Like, why would you go to a whole other fucking nation
Yeah.
based on religious motives?
They
There's so much.
they want to scapegoat the Bible. That's what they want to blame the Bible for their bullshit. That's what it is. Oh, yeah, so if it wasn't for the Bible, all of this wouldn't happen. Nah, but you're a demon. That's what it comes down to.
Exactly.
I was playing that small.
This is 2nd Ezra 13 and 29. Behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth, and he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth, and one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another. You know, and that's what's like even now, like on this level now, bro. I've never seen the earth in my short time of my life so split mentally, bro. Like people are polarized. Like people are like, yo, like, and seeing Babylon, bro. Like, bro,
Yeah, Babylon.
you know, before them conspiracy theories and all of that could you know, like get brushed aside. But now this word, this truth, this mustard seed is taking over. So the spirit of the truth is in the earth. So everything is being exposed on all levels, bro. And people are tired of the system.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's like, you know, people, you know, that are known to brothers in certain kind of bodies of whatever government that are like, bro, people are feeling away, bro. On all levels, bro. Whether it's fighting, you know, going to war, whatever it may be, people are like, fuck this shit. You know?
Everyone knows something ain't right.
Everyone knows something ain't right.
Well, because that was whether it's true or not, you know, we would never really know. But that's why they said those American warships, basically were being over flooded with.
Oh
with
yeah.
with the sewage system
Yeah,
was
the
messed
sewage-
up
Yeah,
because
so
basically they
doing
were
on purpose.
basically they were saying that the servicemen were actually flushing
Flushing.
their uniform into the toilet to block it up.
Yeah.
You know, because they were like, why are we going there?
Yeah.
They was like, we don't want to go there and just be sitting ducks.
I think I forgot the his name, but
They
yeah.
don't want to get paid, but they don't want to fight.
Hey, the mighty men of Babylon.
Want to fight.
Yeah.
The heart. We were speaking about that in the car on the way here. That really, they don't have no. Even everyone knows that the moral backing for it is all lies. 9/11 was the last time they could kind of get man
Exactly.
to
That's
get
what I'm
gas.
saying.
And now, like, ain't nobody really gas to give their life for
Yeah.
America, man.
And that's
Especially when they know it's that the Marines said, "Oh, for Israel."
for Israel, yeah.
That's why you're there.
Bro, most of the
Yeah, they don't
veterans
fight for
don't
them.
rate it no more. After Afghanistan and Iraq, most of these veterans you see on the podcast, they kind of admit, like, yeah, it's all bullshit.
Yeah.
So if the veterans are talking like that, and even that veteran, that guy, the Marine guy, he was a veteran, and I think he was a guy that exposed a year ago about that. What was it? Something to do with Gaza. But he's been on one man's case. You get me? This ain't nothing new for him. He's true
Yeah.
to this. You get me?
And bro, it's like, you know what they say? You can kill the man, but you don't know the idea. So you might put him in jail, but there's another young Marine or old Marine who was already on the fence already.
Yeah.
And now he's like, nah, fuck this.
Like Chelsea Afghan, Chelsea Manning.
Yeah.
The Afghanistan thing, and the way they left Afghanistan as well. That
Yeah.
had a whole load
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
veterans
What
hurt.
did he die
So
for?
it's like, hold on,
What for?
we had man dead, but then we just left bare weapons.
Bro,
And
but
it's
hold on,
nothing.
wait, it's worse than that.
Cheap, nothing.
Who did they go there to take out a power?
Like-
And who did they leave in power?
Like,
And that's the thing as well. It's like those men where it's like in those barracks or where the brigades, that becomes family.
yeah.
So for them, they're like, look, that was my boy. Yeah. But if they say never,
Well said there, no problem.
When in the trenches, you know what I'm saying?
oh man.
Deep.
Um,
Close.
But the point is, it's more like that. They're like, dude, I lost friends, and then especially when you get the military families, where it's like my cousins and
Yeah, yeah.
it might be like my cousin and my dad died in it, and then
Pat
nothing
Tillman.
came of it.
Pat Tillman, man gave up his NFL career, went over there and got clapped. You know what I mean?
Better fucking stay there.
Defend the homeland.
What are you doing over there?
The thing is, America hasn't had to defend its homeland for fucking a long time, bro.
What's that scripture?
It's only ever really, had the Civil War. Really?
No one ain't really touched America by himself. But they will now. That's Isaiah 47.
They've not been threatened by outside nations to come and destroy it. No one's ever done that.
It's just 9/11, which was, we know that was an inside job. And everyone knows that. That's the worst thing
The
about it.
facts don't make sense.
I got the facts.
All right. This is Ezekiel 38:10. Thus saith the Lord, it shall also come to pass that at that same time shall all things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought, and thou shalt say, I'll go up to the land of unwalled villages. I'll go to them that are at rest and dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls, having neither bars nor gates, to take a spoil and to take a prey, to turn that. So the point was the land of unwalled villages was that was great.
They've told
And even on level, let's stay Israel, because that comfort of I'm good, that pride of I'm untouchable. Then one day you're gonna get rushed. So have you ever seen a video or even in a real life a person that doesn't know they're about to get rushed, where everyone's just like encamping around them? Oh yeah, how you doing, man? What's going on, man? And then everyone was shaking and shit. Oh, fight back, nigga, fight back. That's how it's gonna feel. But that's how it's gonna feel Babylon, bro. Babylon's gonna get rushed, bro. Gonna get swept off. Remember? Remember in school, the scripture says the speedy riddance, bro. Babylon's gonna get swooped off his foot.
Well, that's something. The judgment's going to come from once it no, if not, right? It's going to come all of a sudden upon them, and the missile's going to drop, and it's like they're not going to get a chance to really do nothing about that. We know the mad missiles that we've seen, the missiles as well. How quick they be moving, right? Russia got their missiles that can hit America in 45 minutes or whatever, less 15, right?
Parts of it,
You can't
So what you even do?
can't even bake a chicken in.
Yeah, so what do? You can't evacuate. You can't. There's nothing you can do, man.
bro.
Right? So when
there's
the fire drops, it drops, and America's done.
Kiss your girl, kiss your ass goodbye.
Yeah.
Bro,
You
you never know. Dudes might try and be like, all right, yeah, I'll blow my head off. It don't work.
Yeah.
Or do it, and you're just fucking injured, but you're still, your spirit's still in you, bro.
might as well just wait to get melted, bro.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
bro.
As well, man. You can't get no Concord. You can't. There's no escape
Nothing.
plan.
Your children at school, they're gonna be in school. They ain't coming home.
Yeah.
Bro.
Oh, that it showed you that with the Iran,
Yeah,
with the girls, because it was saying
that
that
was terrible.
they had the siren, but it was like they were saying how parents didn't have enough time to go back.
Yeah, there's no time. And everyone, they haven't got time to panic. Yeah, they don't have time to panic.
So, I was reading once I was on USA Today, and it listed like some of the names that were released. I saw like 3 of the same last name in a row. I was like, man, imagine you sent your child to school, and all 3 of them are
Your
dead.
generations are
Bro.
gone. You know what I mean? You're
Dead.
Did you see the video of the dudes holding the girl's child's hand, bro?
You know, say man's just gonna paint the Quran on his forehead,
Bro,
grab an AK.
yeah, bro.
Man's ready.
And bro, it's set up perfectly for that narrative, because real people might just get inspired.
Well, that's what they're gonna use, man. They're gonna
Of
want
course,
to use that, man. But they need to get the people in America,
Yeah.
Europe,
Yeah.
like get these chicks, man.
Yeah.
You get the Vetmo TV.
bro, it's like it's set up perfect. Like they can just false fly it up forever.
That's what he meant. That's what he meant. Forever war. That's what he meant. You can just bear terrorists.
Oh yeah, because false flags are coming. Like,
Yeah.
but the dumbest thing about it is, yeah, even when they do them false flags, bare people ain't gonna believe it.
Yeah.
So whichever way you slice it, there's gonna be sedition.
Yeah.
And I was telling him earlier, I did a video last night. Nick Fuentes, which he's an
Oh
Asian,
yeah, I see that.
he done. You see the video, like,
I saw your video. I didn't see
yeah,
the video.
well, yeah, because I had the video
Oh, they take
in
it
my
down.
thing to do a video on it. And then when I went, I went on his channel. I put Nick because he was like the last video he did to the like, so it's the second to the last video he's done. So I'm like, okay. And I checked on it like yesterday, so it was there. I was like, okay, I did it, went on there. Like, what the hell? Where's this video gone? I said, what? Am I bugging? Like, I'm on the wrong channel. Then I went back in my history. And I'm like, okay, there it is. Clicked on it. Oh, this video has been taken down. And in the whole video, he was basically saying, look, fuck Trump. Like, it's over. Like, we thought he was the Messiah. He ain't like just do insurrection and shit.
Bro,
And then some of these right wingers, that's how they're gonna be thinking now. Like to hell with this shit. Like we thought that this guy was being the one to stop the deep state and all this shit.
Trump was their last hope.
Yeah.
But Trump pulled out the Trump card. You know what I mean?
You know, reversed on
No
them.
reverse to the bitch ass. Like, bro, it's like it's about to get stuck here.
Some of these guys are gonna bug out. Like, so they're gonna be declared as, and that's why whether you're on the left or the right, you could be declared a terrorist. Because there's gonna be left wing seditious man, and there's gonna be right wing seditious man. Same here in the UK. There's man here in the UK that's on the right wing that are gonna be against the government. There's man in the left wing that's gonna be against the government. But guess what? The government don't give a damn about all that. They're gonna just go after whoever they want to go after.
And like it's very interesting. There's basically been reports on that. I expect things to happen in like in Europe, and they've spent the last, decade, 5 years, the migrant conversation. They've been on another level. So then, if you have one false flag, like one schoolgirl one day in a park, some shit that never happened, but it looks away.
You're gonna get attentions.
We're going in. We're going in them hotels.
You
You
see-
taking them out.
You see what the UK been saying about these illegals now? They talk about giving them 40 grand to leave.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy. That's
Mad, bro.
gaslighting.
No, it's mad, isn't it?
I'm an illegal.
Yeah.
You
You know what I can do 40 grand in our country?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd say that goes
Bro,
somewhere else.
you know what? Take all the 40 grand and let's go garden. I got room. I got room.
What about a lot of people?
Yeah, there's space for camp.
Especially in our country, bro.
Yeah, bro, that's bad.
But is that legit or is that?
That's what they're talking about.
You know what he's always saying?
Bro,
It's the gaslight. Man. You find out there's some small print. Shit. You gotta have like no arms and no legs and shit.
Yeah, but these Edomites here, they're pissed with that. They're pissed off about it.
I'm not working for. Man, remember that guy saying he's not working for another year to pay tax.
Yeah, you're an idiot.
So this guy's a fucking moron. Man.
Isaiah 19:2, and I'll set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone
Bro,
against his
Babylon,
neighbor.
like, when you have that happen in the land of the brave, home of the free, like, bro, that's not supposed to be happening like in America, but we know it is supposed to be happening. Whereas they've been the
Image of
so-called,
it, yeah.
speaking of white picket fence, two cars, a son and a daughter, everything sweet. You go and work in the factory, board, get paid, and now you got two men in the army. One wants to just take out the president, and the other just don't know what to do with himself. They're divided, bro.
They're so hateful. Like
Yeah.
that they celebrate when each other dies.
Yeah,
They'll celebrate when the government fucks up each other.
yeah,
Oh yeah, because when the Dems were in,
yeah.
then they
Yeah,
were
yeah.
celebrating when the right wing were getting,
Yeah,
and then when it went the other way around, they're celebrating.
Yeah.
Charlie Kirk died.
Yeah,
man,
yeah, the man
celebrating.
celebrating.
And it's like the protest with the ICE thing,
Yeah.
them man are celebrating the Dems getting shot.
Yeah.
And that's what I say, they're demoralized, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Meanwhile, Bill Clinton and Trump doing up 69.
Yeah.
They don't even, they're fine.
Yeah.
They're cool. They're not fighting each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah,
If one of them died, they gonna say, oh, go to his funeral.
Yeah,
They're gonna be cool.
yeah. That's it.
Them man all came to Trump's inauguration.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this
Those
is
are
bullshit.
the front row.
So this is bullshit. But the people, they believe the shit. So they hate each other, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it's said. one people against another.
One people to fight. Oh, he's a libtard.
Yeah, he's
And
a
the other man's
libtard.
face was-
You know, bro, it's so divided. It's never actually. It is actually feel like a movie, but it's real life.
They do the same shit here. You got the right wing Edomites here. They call the left wing guys traitors and all this stuff and all that.
Precepts.
Sorry.
Yeah, oh, no, sure. Just get Luke 11 verse 17.
Yeah.
It says, but he knowing their thoughts said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and a house divided against a house falleth.
Yeah. And it gets spooky. Like even on a different level, when 70 AD was taking place, and you had this Israelites and them fighting. If you go back in the history, bro, they was burning each other's food supply down. Like there was like the actual one. Obviously, it was prophesied for them to be taken down anyway. You know, when you start sheep and pass, you know, then basically flee, right? But when you actually see how it played out, you know how it led to cannibalism and stuff, eating their belts and all that. A big part of that was sped up because different factions was fighting for power and going as far as to burn each other's food supply for control.
Wow.
So then it got fucked where niggas stuffing in caves, eating their belts and mountaintops and retreats and stuff. So that's in the history. You go and look it up. What accelerated it was those fighting for power of who's gonna basically be the head against when it was been taken down by Rome, and it backfired against their ass.
Yep.
So if that happened then, so how much more?
Now,
I'm a cisgender. I'm a this. I'm a
because
left.
even,
I'm a
so
right.
even the right wing now
Yeah.
is split.
It's split.
It's split between the
MAGA.
MAGA.
Yeah.
Well, they call themselves the true MAGA, and the man that's black pilled now. So now
Oh,
you got man that are
shit.
black pilled.
What's the black pill now, man?
The black pilled is when them man doing what was from the very beginning, where it's like there is politics is all fake and it ain't. You know what I'm saying? So it's like now them guys, some of them guys are waking up to the fact that Trump is all a lie, but they're not now. So basically, even with this Iran war, half the right thinks it's a good thing that they're going into war, and half the right thinks, nah, this is Israel's war. So they're divided, even amongst the Trump supporters. It's all fucked up.
And this is why we know that the prophecy in Daniel is true, right? Because we're living in that time now. Let's read this quick. Daniel 2 verse 42. And as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, which represents this kingdom right now, Esau's kingdom, right? Because it's of wrong, right? Which is the iron, right? But it's the second part, and it's mixed with miry clay, weaker parts, division, that are not gelled together, so to speak, which is going to go save, right? It says, and as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken, right? And there's all fragmentation throughout the whole of Esau's kingdom, And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, right? So they're all together, right? But they're not together, they're not one,
Mentally.
But they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay.
Yeah, so that's how you got Brexit. Everyone wants to leave. You know what I'm saying? But through their economical ties and bonds, they appear as one.
And
this UK is fragmented.
Yeah,
north
it's
to
been
south.
fragmented.
North to south is a
Yeah,
fragment.
and it's always been like that. Like the people up north, the Midlands, from
The low
basically
IQ,
from the Midlands up, they just think, "Fuck the South."
Yeah.
I was gonna say this is how you see the transition of power happening, right? Because in the spiritual side of things, we've got the Lord's got his house being built,
Yeah.
right? And Jacob around the world being united under the banner of Yahweh
that's a
Shai,
good point, yeah.
right? So we're getting stronger because we're more unified. Esau kingdom is fragmenting and being destroyed. We're just waiting for our king to come. That's all it is. We're waiting for.
Yeah.
This man ain't got
Yeah,
That's it.
his kingdom's apart. It's like a bunch of 15-minute cities. It's just not like
But the irony, as you want me to read into this, is Esau's thinking that he's gonna keep control over the fragmentation. Right, he knows he wants the people fragmented, the chaos, and he thinks he's gonna be able to come out the other side and be like, "Ooh," but not realizing that he ain't. It really is not control.
yeah, he's not.
It's like not really. He's not really. He's not in.
It's already spiraling out of
Done.
control.
It's cooked.
Like, because what he's trying to achieve is so insane.
It's something insane.
But we're gonna get the MOTB, and that's why we're saying that this situation, World War III lead up, does lead itself into the MOTB as well.
Yes.
Like two things can be occurring at the same time. Just
America
you know,
can't
not
destroy it
parallel.
itself.
Yeah.
Because America, yes, but no one ain't saying that Iran's gonna launch a nuke today.
But-
You know what I mean?
but-
Like, it don't have to. It could be a conventional. It's a conventional war, and it can stay a conventional war for months
Yeah, yeah.
before they decide, oh shit, man, it's fucked.
Well, it stages. It's sort of like with what what's been said by our apostles, us being in a time of Jacob trouble. Everything has a level, has a stage.
Yeah,
Mhm,
stages.
You know what I mean? Like the script. Remember, later there shall be many that shall perish of famine. To get to famine, there's a lot of stages. Like, bro,
Doesn't just happen in one
Like-
day. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah, innit? Now,
Yeah.
bro, there's people right now who are gonna die of famine. They're eating a burger right now.
Mm.
You know what I mean? But later,
No,
because I mean,
might be their last burger.
It might be the last
No,
burger.
because this closing of the
Yeah.
Strait of Hormuz
Hormuz.
can lead to a lot of things
Yep.
economically, which can then
Especially-
lead to the MOTV,
Yep.
starvation, all that.
Yeah,
A lot of chaos can come through this strait remaining closed, and it's
Yeah.
looking like it's going to remain closed.
That's it. They already know that with this whole blockade, if it goes on for any amount of
Yeah.
time, recession for all
Yeah.
the nations, bro.
Recession.
Like, big time.
Yeah.
You know,
You know,
It's really interesting the game that Iran pulled this morning, where the president was like, "Look, man, hey, you know the leader Khomeini, he's dead. So you know we couldn't really control these other factions. So sorry, Saudi Arabia, sorry, Oman,
Yeah,
we
man.
didn't mean to hit you." It's fun because you never know how. Because you know that's what you know. If you know more into this, but that's one of the things that they'll say pressure them GCC countries
yeah.
to pressure the Americans.
Yeah.
So for him to now be like, look, man, hey, Salakia.
Bro, you can actually see how at the end of it all, everyone's gonna be like, "Fuck
Fuck America."
Babylon."
Yeah.
Well,
That's a
it
problem.
makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, and even like I always say, it's spiritual. The physical landmass of Babylon is where it's at. Because imagine if Babylon was in the middle of Europe, bro. Like, or like I don't know, where China was, and everyone was all close. Bro, everyone would be gone.
But can I build on that as well, though? Because I'm thinking about what Zelensky said to Trump in that fake feud, right? He said, but you're around water. Right, basically that point about like, and that will go into America's pride, the fact that really in their little region,
Yeah, they're separated.
they're separate. They ain't reach.
But let me ask you a question, like, so when you're over there fucking around with Iran, can you fuck with Venezuela now? How many different theaters of war can you maintain?
Yeah.
What if Venezuela at this point said, you know, fuck you,
Trump would tell you to fight every country.
we got the
They
forever
all
chemicals, man.
Then also, what happens if China was to be like, cool,
Take
Taiwan looks a bit tasty.
What are you going to do to protect it? Yeah.
Yeah,
PACCOM and CENTCOM is fighting for facial missiles.
it's an overstretch. Yeah,
Yeah.
But
Trying to
yeah.
just send one assassin to do the whole thing. But
Because Paul was saying Rome was stretched as well. One of the things I was thinking, America is like right now, like missile wise, they're stretched. Because they're saying they're gonna have to. I think the other THAAD batteries in South Korea, they're saying they might have to move that to South Korea to bring it into this.
How many
what about North
how many active aircraft carriers does America actually have? I'm sure they got is it 5 or 7?
Right.
How many is it? I know they decommit, they have a couple. They decommit.
it's not many.
But also,
Realistically.
but also, don't they have to operate in a unit?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it's
but
not just one. You have to have a couple of them, right?
Yeah, I'm sure they moved the one that was in Venezuela. Didn't they move it? I'm sure. I can't remember.
I think.
But
Yeah.
all I know is, it's like these are. If this thing was to bog them down and it keeps going, right, it just feeds into other nations. Like, well, if you're over there doing all this work here, then what can you do over here? So then maybe a nation like Venezuela and South America is like, you know what? You see this oil blockade? How about we deal with that? So you're gonna come and fight us as well? Now you got a real missile problem. So things can escalate, but it doesn't have to escalate in one day. It can take time to simmer down and keep
Opportunities
going.
arise, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Like I
saying?
say, China's looking at the situation. Look, man, Taiwan we got a problem with them, innit? So they'll move. They'll move. Yeah.
And then you start seeing nations like Japan reconsidering their options. You know what I'm saying? Because if you can't even protect these men in the Middle East,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
are you gonna protect me from China?
So that was a big thing. In Salah, but you had a point. So Salah, you first. Oh no, because Turkey, way back when Turkey had the coup, that was the thing that they came out of it saying, "Oh, like yo, where were you?" They were saying to America, "Where were you?" And these GCC countries
Saying the same
the
thing.
same things like, "Yo, America, where were you?" the American citizens that got stuck over there saying, yo, where because that's the thing, if you're stuck in the country, that's the whole point about having a diplomatic mission.
Yeah.
Your government's gonna come and be like, look, man, I got you. It's okay.
That's funny, man. Just before coming, I was speaking to her that, you know what I mean? I know that was in Dubai, and she just landed. And she's like, so scary, hearing bombs and shit. You proud hoes don't know what's coming to me.
That's it.
Oh, proud people. Because a lot of the
When you go on holiday, it's always a gamble.
yeah, exactly. These major cities, bro, for their private self control. And Dubai
It's a desert.
has been that, Palm. I've seen me personally, I've never had a desire to go there.
No, but it's a show off thing.
It's
It's
only people with low IQ, maybe, from certain parts of London go there to pretend like
from what I started seeing, like, what's his
at the
name?
yard,
Anthony Yard. What's the other name?
bouncer.
Bouncer. And then what's the other rapper? And then he got accused
Dutch
of
Avelli.
Dutch Avelli. When I saw Dutch Avelli and man like that,
Oh, Dubai!
and these men are like ready to have fisticuffs
my
in the street. I
days.
said, Dubai is what?
Yeah, oh yeah, those fighting in the street.
Yeah, do you remember? Don't remember that?
I
shit?
remember
I saw
niggas,
that.
bro.
shit, I said, why is these B-level UK rappers in Dubai? That means Dubai ain't nothing.
It ain't nothing, bro.
It's not. You won't see that in Monaco.
Oh, bro.
You think you're gonna see these niggas in Monaco fucking on some bullshit? They don't even know where
You
Monaco is.
you get removed expeditiously.
Yeah.
But you know what it is with places like Monaco, and I will say it said it a few times. I never would understand why some places were so ridiculously expensive. So now really, it's just to cut out the riffraff.
Yeah, like Dutch
I don't
Avelli,
blame
yeah.
them.
Because if you're, let's be real, no matter how rich a Negro is, they ain't paying £70 for a burger.
Yeah.
Like every day, that's just the average.
No.
price.
But if a nigga does it, he has to pull out the phone. Yeah, man. What's expensive burger, man?
Yeah.
Why is everybody yard in Dubai, man? What the hell was going on, man? Everybody
Oh, it's a
everybody
Hamite,
was there.
You know what I mean? It's a Hamite.
Let me read this.
For East Town to fucking Dubai, man. It's crazy. Go to yard, man. You man be in Jamaica, you won't be in problems right now.
Let me read this, bro. So it's Zealots divided in 70 AD and it's burning food supply. It says,
Yeah.
it says during the Roman siege of Jerusalem in 70 AD, Jewish rebel factions, often called Zealots, actually burned the city's food supply during their internal civil war, which made the famine far worse and helped the Romans defeat the city. Yep. So this happened during the siege of Jerusalem, 70 CE, part of the First Jewish-Roman War against the Roman Empire. The main source describing it is the Jewish historian Flavius Josephus, who was present during the war. The Zealot civil war inside Jerusalem. Before the Romans even broke the walls, the city was divided into three rival rebel factions.
So think about it. Even before they could conquer, the people, the factions was divided already. And it's like, we're seeing it happen. It's the same thing. Obviously, that was Jake being persecuted. But it's like, now it's on Esau. They're all divided where these niggas is like, you actually have a left and a right. They want to take man out, bro.
They would literally celebrate. Like, if Trump got took out, like the left will probably be celebrating.
Yeah. They'll probably get a tattoo of it.
Yeah, there was a clip that I shared a couple of weeks back. You never know online. You know, you got a lot of grifters online in it, but it was a whole thing about it was two parents that were very pro-Trump, and then there was their two children that were very Democrat, right? And then basically they said, "So, Dad, like, if Trump said bomb this city, right, this state, would you be for it?" Well, he must have a good reason, right? And then the son then went and said, "Wait, so if he bombed the state that I'm in, what would you say?" And then basically they said charge him.
But isn't that what the argument was when the girl got shot by a girl? It was an accident. That was the whole argument. What if he touched me? Like, what if I was one of the girls that he raped? And then he was like, and then it ended up the gun went off. And
that nigga, he's fighting right. Trying to fuck up Emily.
Goes on to say,
and the boyfriend was there. He must have been like, what kind of family is this, man?
He's giving a warning.
It's crazy, bro.
Yep. Says before the Romans even broke the walls, the city was divided into 3 rebel factions. It says John of Giscala controlled part of the temple area. Simon Bar Giora controlled the upper city. And Eleazar ben Simon, another zealot faction in the temple.
Yeah, man, you know,
It says, instead of uniting against Rome, they fought each other inside Jerusalem, burning the food supply. Josephus writes that during these internal battles, rebel factions burned storehouses of grain and food. These supplies had been stockpiled and could have allowed the city to survive the Roman siege for years. The destruction caused mass famine once the Romans surrounded the city.
You see how the most use them against themselves.
You know what it's like? That's like having your man's in the end, man. Just take control of everything, bro, and then just do what the fuck they want to do. They want to fighting each other. You could have survived, but because you watching niggas, man.
That's the literally definition of shooting yourself in the foot. Now, that's what Esau's doing at the end of the day. All this chaos that he's bringing. But he thinks he's being smart, but you're not. You're being dumb. And that's why the Bible says he taketh the wise in his own craft. Because they're trying to pull all these strings, and it's really going to work against them in the end. It's just you're just ushering in the return of our Lord, man, to cook you. And I mean that for real. Like,
Hey, this is the path of perdition, man. You know, that's what you're on.
cookie. All right, we're going to close up, man. The road's got to roll. But it's like, Carl,
The
born is the apostle of the elders of the stone. Shalom, Shabbat, in the highways and the byways. Shalom,
Shalom, shalom, shalom.